Hi, OJ Hoops. I'm seeing you first. I also see Ernest here. Hello. How are you guys doing? Happy President's Day. I'm just typing in the poll question. Let's see. Best movies. Okay. Let's see here. All right, sorry guys, one sec. Typing in the poll question. All right, we've got Rich here, Tony's here, Alessandro. I'm not gonna be cooking today, actually. I am gonna be hanging out in my living room. Wolverine. I'm okay, I came down with a cold. Oh no, shoot. Sorry to hear that, Ernest. I'm doing well, Tony. Thank you. This is a Christmas sweater that I ordered a couple months ago. Okay, looks like Japanese. I don't know how to say your name, but hello, person who is in Japan, I believe. Frank is having a nice day. Some of my neighbors took off from work today because of the holiday. Yep, I had a holiday today. I was not working, so that was nice to just relax a bit. Happy President's Day to you as well, Paul. Hi, Mike B. Hi, Ali Osman. Hi, nobody. Why are you wearing Christmas outfits? This actually is not a Christmas sweater technically. All it says is cheers on it. It does not say Merry Christmas. All right, and I'm seeing more comments coming here. Hi, Morthy. Hi, Jennifer Moore. We've got, who else? Yabba Dabba Doo is here, and Stars is here. Do you like Japan? I like what I know about Japan. I've never been there myself, but I would love to go. I love Japanese food. Oh gosh, it's 2 a.m. for you, Stars. Yeah, that sounds like you should head to bed. Hi, Maddie. Let's see. Hi, Kareem TV. Double tap the screen. Thank you very much. Hi, Chang Ha. We've got Fipamin and Games. Hi, Che, Vaughn. We've got a lot of people commenting. This is fun. NC, yes, I'm back. I see Marcus Lee. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Fipamin and Games is Brazilian. Salvo Fox is from Ireland. Love it. I love Ireland. I have been there. We've got Perseo. Abd al Rahman Rushdie. Hello. Hi, Bill. We've got Chanel Lee saying you look like a happy person. Thank you. This is, I guess, yeah, it looks like a Christmas sweater, but I like that it says cheers because it actually doesn't explicitly say Merry Christmas. Thank you, Morthy. Hi, Cody Womack. I'm not adding mods, Maddie, but thank you for asking. I am just adding the, I'm adding the poll question. Twisters. Okay. Wicked, Deadpool, Mad About the White Twisters. Okay. Guess which movie I watched this weekend. There you go. See if you can guess what I watched. Okay. So, hi, El Rulo. How are you doing? I feel like this is a little bit close. Maybe not. We've got True Holiness. I remember you. Is this still your house? Yes, this is my house. We've got MK. Hi, MK. And Yabba saying, wow, the picture is very clear. Glad to hear it. I just got an iPhone 16 not too long ago, so I would hope that the picture is clear for you. I'm also going to be eating some dinner. I just threw it together. You've seen me eat this 1,000 times. It's kind of my go-to fast meal, but it's tofu, green onion, cilantro, pickles, cabbage, carrots, beets, and quinoa on the bottom. So I'm just gonna be eating that while I chat. Kareem TV says, the new Bridget Jones. Rod Young, yes, I am mixed. OJ Hoops, yes, I do remember you. Hi, Jesse. How are you doing, Jesse? Hi, Red Hunter. Thank you for coming to the premiere today. You guys, I premiered a video on my channel, and the first 10 of you to contact me will get a free pack of this teeth whitening pack. So that was the video for today. It has teeth whitening strips and a teeth whitening gel pen. It's very fun. So if you're interested, you can email me, watch the video, you'll see my email in there. It's a fire girl movie. Thank you, Abd al-Rahman Rushdie, for saying Guten Appetit. I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna turn on some Premier League soccer because I did not watch any this weekend, I'm ashamed to say. That's okay, Ade Ife Games. You watch the movie whenever you can watch, or not the movie, the video that I uploaded today. So no worries if you can't make it to the premieres of my videos. Hi, G. Wingate. Abd al-Rahman Rushdie says, I wish I had dinner with you. All right, let's watch some Premier League soccer, guys. I can't show it to you, obviously. It's a copyrighted broadcast, so that would get me booted off of YouTube because they do not mess around. But I am going to be throwing on some soccer here in the background. Twisters says, Villain Killin' Dylan. I'm not going to say which one it is, but try and guess which movie I watched this weekend. So far, Bridget Jones is winning with 36% of the vote. Premier League soccer is getting crazy compared to a few years ago. More underdogs are coming about. I love it, Ryan. Honestly, I love seeing new teams doing well. It's just not the same old, like, handful of teams. It still kind of is that way for the most part, but it's, yeah, I like some variety with my winners, and it's interesting to see how things have changed since last season, especially with Manchester City. Hi, okay, I already saw that comment. Hi, Timothy Peters. Looks delicious, thank you. Hi, Kajarton Johnson. Another plane accident? You're kidding me. What? You guys, what is going on with aviation right now? Because I will be indeed flying on a plane in May because I'm flying out for a close friend of mine's wedding. It's out in Maryland, and all these aviation disasters are really scary. Okay, so Rich is saying there was a plane accident. Let's just look it up. Plane accident. Minneapolis. That sucks. To Toronto today. What? It was a Delta Airlines plane. Looks like there were no fatalities. What is going on? It literally tipped upside down. You guys, this is nuts. Yeah, the picture is like unbelievable. How the heck does an airplane turn upside down? Wow. I need to see like video of this plane crash to see how on earth this plane ended up upside down. That is so insane to me. Thanks for the update, Rich, and I'm really glad that there are no fatalities according to all these news sources. What's the yellow on my plate? The yellow is curried tofu. Not baking tonight, you're correct, just a dude. However, I do have the brownie tray of the brownies that I made yesterday. They're about half gone, and they're so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. These brownies are phenomenal. So I have the baked good that I made last night. Yeah, Delta plane flipped upside down. Insanity. Oof, that is stressing me out. It's the Deadpool one. Easy peasy says just a dude for the trivia. Kajarton or Kjartan maybe. I had a good day. I actually had the day off today. It was a federal holiday here in the United States called President's Day, and I get that day off of work. So I just slept in, got some chores done, did some cooking, did a little bit of work just to kind of get ahead on my week, and then hopped on here and attended the live or the premiere for the video that went up on my channel today. Watching from Columbus, love that. OJ Hoops. Yes, new teams coming up is awesome, says Ryan. Hi, ARS office hours. Hi, Luke Delosier or Delosier. William Tasker. Yes, it really does, and I want it, but I can't. Haha, Jason Heish. I just thought it'd be fun to wear this cozy sweater. I do know which film, but I won't spoil it, says Yabba Dabba Doo. I did say which which movie I watched over this past weekend. I mentioned it at the live yesterday, I think. Okay, statistically, it's still the safest way to travel. Yes. I mean, the thing is, you only see the bad news. Someone was pointing this out. Like, whenever there's an airplane accident that's reported on the news, they're never going to report the hundreds and thousands of flights that landed safely all around the country and the world. You're only going to hear about the one plane that crashed, and this isn't in our news cycle that often. So by the numbers, like, you're still safe to fly planes. I mean, there is like some risk, like a little bit of risk, but it's still very like haunting to hear about these crashes. Will you be safe, Hannah? Yes, I will. Hi, A&E the girls. I picked Twisters you watched this week, and I will wait until your poll question ends and see what you chose. Red Hunter says it's the weather. That's what I was thinking when I saw those pictures. Hi, Marshmallow Man. Hi, Tommy Brown. President's Day or Christmas? Based on my outfit, you'd think it was Christmas Day, but it's President's Day. Raquel Fentress. Cool earrings. You have a great taste. Thank you, Krishna. Tommy Brown says Doge. We have had over a foot of snow. Okay, yeah. Are you up in Canada, Michelle? Because I've been hearing from people in Canada that you guys got a lot of snow. We have snow here as well. I mean, that's where the Delta plane took off from, was Minneapolis, which is where I'm located right here. But I feel like landing in a very snowy area that just got a bunch of snow would be, treacherous. I am not super big on Squid Game. It just doesn't really do it for me. It's entertaining, but I don't know. I know there's a lot of hype around it. I watched part of season 1 and I was like, meh. Carton Johnson is going to subscribe. Thank you. Larry Four-Way. I am a United States citizen. I'm located in America. You're about an hour from Pearson, says Michelle. Rain all day here in Northern California, Stan, I don't know about Southern California, but I feel like California could probably do with some rain given the wildfire disaster at the beginning of January. I got buried in North Wellington County, Ontario. Wow, okay. Yeah, Michelle, I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe they thought the pilot could do it. Larry Fourway says, I really dislike snow. I know some people really don't like snow. My sister is kind of that way. She's not the biggest fan of winter in general. I love winter. I think it's such a wonderful season. I love getting lots of snow. I think it's beautiful. So I'm very envious of people who get tons of snow because we have not been getting a lot of snow the last couple of years here in Minnesota. You're good, Tony. I understood your question. Thank you, Abd al-Rahman Rushdie. I heard a baby was airlifted. Yeah, I was seeing some headlines about people needing like care for after the plane crash. Yeah, 18 people were injured, including one child. But according to ABC News, 1 hour ago, everyone on board everyone on board has survived as of now. So it sounds like so far so good. But man, this pattern lately of aviation issues is just, concerning to see. Hi, Sir Johnny of Bravo. I'm doing well. We're discussing, unfortunately, the plane crash. It's a crash, but it overturned on the runway. I think technically they're calling it a plane accident. From Minneapolis right here to, I think, Toronto in Canada, right? In Toronto, yep. But everyone has survived as of now. 18 injured. How did it land upside down? I know, Michelle, that's like what I want to understand is just how the plane was going from landing on the runway to completely turning upside down. Like, did the wings break off of it? Was there a wind gust? I just don't see how that's possible. It's bizarre. Yeah, these pictures are it does look like the wings actually broke off of this plane. Insane. Just insane. Yeah, why are so many planes going down? Very concerning. We don't mind the rain and snow up high. The river in my backyard staying healthy, says Stan. Yeah, luckily, I was thinking that too, because I feel like on impact with an accident, there can be an explosion, there can be a fire, something like that. But it looks like that did not happen with this plane. Are the wings of the plane messed up? They looked like they actually broke off, based on the photos I'm seeing. Whoa, that's crazy. Did not know about that. A lot of random plane accidents going on. I know. It's very strange. Excuse me. Talking about brownies, have you seen recipes for vegan microwave mug brownies? Yes, I've made a million mug brownies in my life. They're a nice, quick brownie thing, but it's just because you're microwaving it. I feel like it just doesn't have quite the same taste or texture as fully baked tray brownies. So I have had those whenever I've been in a quick pinch and wanted something like a brownie. So yeah, mug brownies are really fun to make, but there are times where I'm like, nope, I actually want to bake a full recipe for a dessert. Same thoughts, we did have heavy wind gusts, but ... says Michelle. Hi, Kasadar Khan, welcome back. Hi, Khabib Nurmagomedov. My very respects for you tonight. Good to see you, Khabib. D. Mena, I had a very chill Monday because today is President's Day here in the United States. Not everyone gets this day off, but I got it off from work, so I did not have to work today. Hi, Coffee, welcome back. Tommy Brown says, please don't go on a plane. I'm going on a plane in May to get to my friend's wedding. Hi, P Vlog. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Belated Valentine's Day. How were the pesto brownies? I did not make pesto brownies. I don't know if that's a typo. Too Evil to Hope says, hi, Hannah. I hope you didn't subject yourself to that terrible sequel to Twister. You'll just have to wait and find out. I'll reveal the poll answer in 40 minutes because that'll be when it's 1 hour into this live stream. Thank you, Michi Williams. The wind crossed the plane, up the wing. Oh my gosh, wow. That makes sense. I can see, yeah, how then it would just go like the wing would just catch the air and then, yeah, it would just flip. But still, like, can you imagine being on board a plane and you literally turn upside down? That is crazy. Like, oh, that would be so painful because unless you should be buckled in at that point if you're descending down into the airport. But say someone was not, I'm just trying to think like bags would be falling and flying everywhere and some people who are unbuckled, or if any of like the stewards, like the airplane stewards were up walking around, they would have like fallen down or been thrown around in the cabin. It's just very, very, very crazy, guys. Very crazy. All right, I am quickly turning on some football. What the heck? Where is, okay, Manchester City. That's what I wanted to see. Manchester City versus Newcastle. Boom. Let's see it. Let's see what happened. Hi, Panda Parson. Just a Dude Had Work Today by Krishna. LOL Tofu says keep pushing. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Kirby. I had a very chill day today. I did not have to work because today is President's Day and I get President's Day off at my company, which is so nice. So I feel like I just needed, from like an energy perspective, I was very much needing a 3-day weekend, a third day off. Hi, JR the boss. Good to see you again. Yeah. Stan, that's such a good point. Like, even if you are, even if you're buckled into your seatbelt, it would be very like disorienting and just uncomfortable hanging upside down within an airplane. I'm just eating some dinner. It's a hodgepodge of veggies and tofu. Wow, Sir Johnny Bravo, you've been in a car that's been flipped over. That sounds terrifying. But yeah, a plane would just be insane. It's just such a large machine. It's such a large thing to get flipped upside down. Ugh, very, very scary. Just a Dude, it sounds like you have voted for Wicked. But if you guys remember, I'll keep saying this until it sticks with people, I never put the correct answer first in the poll. So Wicked is, I'm telling you this now, Wicked is not the correct answer. Because people, I think it's a lot of people scrolling through the live stream feature on YouTube, they just are scrolling, they see the poll, they pick the first thing they see and then they scroll on. So I was like, I'm having none of this. So the first option is never correct. I'm telling you right now, Wicked is not the right answer. Peter Alexandro Constantine, I'm watching the Premier League right now. I'm watching some replays of the games that I missed from this past weekend. I've been very out of the loop on Premier League games. So, yeah, I was busy, and I also was sleeping in a lot this past weekend. So I just decided to not watch the games in real time. And I have the Peacock streaming app, and they upload all the replays of the games for the Premier League. Are those cherries on your ear, Adrian? These are actually Jingle Bell Christmas earrings with a little bow tie at the top. And they make a little bit of noise if you shake it around. But from a distance, a lot of people have guessed that they're cherries. And so I just kept wearing them because people love them so much. And who says that you can only wear holiday stuff during the holiday season? There's no rules against wearing holiday stuff after Christmas. And see, I do not count calories. I just eat whenever I get hungry. It was during a rally car race, so it was kind of exciting at the same time, LOL. D. Mena is guessing the Wolverine movie. Hi, peace and joy. Good to see you. Every day is a holiday. Hey, every day is a gift, because there are no guarantees in this life. So every day you get to live, even if it's like a boring one or a crappy one, like, sounds terrible, but you do not know how much time you have left to live, so take every day as a gift. Not me, I love that season since my birthday is December. I think having a December birthday would be really, really fun. I wouldn't want to have to share my birthday with Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. That would be kind of frustrating. But I think about people who have December birthdays. Like, for example, Taylor Swift's birthday is December 13th. And I've thought, like, man, that would be so fun to have a birthday that's like a good 2 weeks before Christmas. And you just get to like celebrate your birthday, then you get to celebrate Christmas, and then you get to celebrate New Year. Like, it's a really fun way to wrap up your year by having your birthday, then Christmas, then New Year's. Hi, Annie girls. Amelia, I'm doing well. How are you doing, Amelia? Good to see you here. Tommy Brown is saying, 3 of my favorite movies, Rambo, MacGyver, and Bond, James Bond. I love the James Bond movies. Oh my God. So good. Hello, Darren. How are you doing? Oh no. Tommy is saying, did you hear about the measles outbreak in Texas? I did not, but that is really unfortunate. Measles, I'm gonna Google this right now. Measles outbreak in Texas. So, gosh, this is one of those things where I feel like I'm vaccinated against, like when you're, at least here in the United States, I believe there is a law, unless you have some kind of exemption, I think as an infant you get vaccinated with this vaccine called MMR, it's like measles, mumps, and rubella. So I think I got, like, I've seen my vaccination records, and I think I got that MMR vaccine when I was like 6 months old or something. MMR vaccine age. Yeah. Okay. So like I just Googled this and it says the recommended age for the MMR vaccine, first dose you get at 12 to 15 months, so about a year old baby. And then second dose, 4 to 6 years before school entry. And I feel like, are there any boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've ever like knowingly gotten an MMR vaccine like as an adult. Are there boosters for this? Because I don't think I've e Are there MMR boosters, or are you kind of just like one and done? Wow, this is so cool, guys. Okay, so I'm just Googling this right now. This is all AI too, so take it with a grain of salt. But it says, no, according to the CDC, a booster shot is not recommended for the MMR vaccine for most adults who got the 2 doses as kids. So this, in my case, I've seen those records where I got MMR 1 and 2 way before I could even remember anything. It was like I saw the years of those doses, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely not remembering those vaccines because I was like an infant. So, and it's pretty cool. It says the MMR vaccine usually provides lifelong protection. I remember having a conversation with my mom about this because she was born in 1959, and I believe she had measles and mumps growing up in the 60s, because at the time I don't believe there was I don't even know if there was a vaccine available at the time, but she talks about all these like diseases that she had just because there was no vaccine available when she was a kid. Anyways, Adrian is saying it's a gift and a curse since it's the 21st, too close to Christmas. Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. Each and every day is a blessing. Sir Johnny Bravo is a December birthday too. Just a dude. I've met multiple people. It's unfortunate, but yeah, multiple people I've met throughout my life that had birthdays on 9/11. Not a great day since the September 11th attacks in 2001. It's actually my grandpa's birthday, so my mom's dad, he passed away years and years ago, but my grandpa's birthday is on September 11th, and then unfortunately, my parents' wedding anniversary is on September 11th. I mean, they were married long before 2001, but yeah, it's just, I think I've met like 2 other people, or I know 2 other people who have birthdays on September 11th. You know, you can't change it, so yeah, it is what it is. My aunt's birthday is on Christmas, and she would always get big gifts, says Kirby. Get well. Oh, I didn't see that comment. Amelia, I'm sorry to hear that you're sick with the flu. Oof, I have not had the flu in a while, but I have such terrible memories of it because it's no fun. Get well soon, Amelia. Yes, indeed. I just had a 3-day flu. No, Anthony. Oh no. Gosh. Haven't heard about measles since elementary school. I know. It's something where, like, if you got vaxxed for it, it's one of the, like, you get asked every now and then where it's like, yo, please provide your vaccination records for this or this. Like, for example, I volunteered in a hospital a few years ago, and they don't mess around because you're going to be in close contact with patients and just people coming in. So they like have you provide your full vaccination records to make sure like you won't be potentially bringing if you have immunity to certain things. And yeah, I was just like, oh, I just feel like when you're vaccinated for things at a very young age, I think polio is another one. It's probably like is it Tdap? There's so many ones you have to get. Vaccine protects against what? No, that's tetanus. But isn't there is it just called the polio vaccine? There's just so many things that you get vaxxed for as like a baby or toddler, like before you can remember anything, where in my head I'm like, I know my parents would have brought me in to get these vaccines, so certain things I don't even think about because I'm like, well, like for example, here's one thing, like a generational thing. So I'm a millennial, my parents are boomers, and my parents are at risk for shingles because they had the chickenpox virus when they were kids, like when they were growing up in the 60s. Just because like the vaccine was not available, at least to them. And by contrast, I got the chickenpox vaccine at whatever age. So I'm like, oh, like I think I'm fine. Like I see these commercials for certain illnesses and I'm like, I don't think that applies to me because I should be vaxxed and good to go. None of us got the smallpox vaccine. Gotcha. Amelia had it for the past 4 days. It's absolutely awful. I don't see getting better for another couple days. Dang. Whew, that's brutal. Hi, Jojo. Amelia is saying thank you to coffee. I really have slept all day long. Coughing is really awful. Ouch. Jojo, I'm doing well. I had a very chill day today. I had the day off from work because it's President's Day here in the United States. Jamie, I'm doing well. Good to see you. How are you doing? Hey, from Blue Island, Illinois. Love it. Mighty Midwest. Good to see you, Daryl. Okay, punctuation. I just have to say your outfit is super cute. Thank you, punctuation. Yeah, there's a series you get as a baby. I know, it's just, there's so many. I'm not gonna pull it up now, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I got my master's degree in public health, and so there's like, we learn about a lot of diseases and like how they're spread and how you prevent against getting them and vax for them. And some of them I'm like, man, what was this vaccine even for? Like pertussis, tetanus, smallpox, measles, mumps, rubella. I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the hepatitis B, C, I don't even know. Yeah, so many. Okay. You didn't have chickenpox. I had it and I'm a millennial too. No, I definitely did not have chickenpox. And what is the vaccine called? What is the vaccine called for chickenpox? Varicella, yes. I 100% I know I've gotten the varicella vaccine. So let me then, I'm curious, like if you get varicella vaccine, can you get shingles? Okay, it is? Okay, let me correct myself then, because I was only speculating earlier. Yes, it's possible to get shingles after getting the varicella vaccine, but the risk is very low. The varicella vaccine, which protects against chickenpox, is a weakened version of the virus that causes chickenpox and shingles. So, like, in theory, or I'm guessing by the numbers, like if you get the chickenpox vaccine, your body then builds immunity to it. So then when you're exposed again, you'll be able to like fight it off. But yeah, it's interesting. I truly love learning about this stuff. I think it's so interesting. But I was vaccinated against chickenpox when I was probably a toddler. One of those like childhood vaccines I do not remember for the life of me. NC says MMR. Tommy Brown says I need my coffee. Hi, Alexander. Amelia, feel better. Get lots of rest. I hope you're on the mend. Just a Dude says my sister had it too. Oh, you're a pharmacist. That's so cool. NC, oh my gosh. I think it'd be really interesting to be a pharmacist. You give vaccines all day. Oof. You would not enjoy vaccinating me because I am so bad with needles and blood. And you guys, every time I have to get a vaccine and every time I have to get my blood drawn for whatever reason, it sucks. I get super lightheaded. I start sweating. I feel like I go into shock. My heart is like racing. I just get really dizzy and faint, and it's very hit or miss. I think most of the time I can be okay, but I usually need to like sit down, like close my eyes, just have a juice box, but sometimes I do just like pass out. It's very unpleasant. I really hate needles and blood. Hi B, hi Alexander. I worked at a crisis center after I graduated and they made me get so many shots. I had to get tested for almost everything. Yep, that was me. That's exactly what happened to me, Kirby, when I volunteered at a hospital because I was working on a floor that was like an endoscopy unit. So basically things like they were looking within, I think, the GI tract and the colon. And so it was very like, and I was helping, it's like I was helping family members, like escorting them back into like the rooms with the patient. So it's like obviously I can't be bringing diseases into the hospital and getting people sick. And so I had to upload all my vaccine info and then get a blood draw. And they, obviously like ran a bunch of tests to make sure like, okay, she's good, she's vaxxed, like she's not gonna be putting people in the hospital at risk, especially people that are like compromised who have just had surgery or something. But it was not fun. I was like, oh my God. I'm dreading it because I think every like 10 years you have to get your tetanus shot. And I'm pretty sure the last time I got my tetanus shot was in 2016, which means I would have to get my updated Tdap in next year. And I'm like, oh no. And tetanus is so icky because it's one of those vaccines where they give it to you and then like your arm really, ooh, I even get like, even just talking about this like makes me start to feel like lightheaded and like freaked out. There's something about it. I love learning about this stuff, but it's the real life, like needles and blood and just all that just for whatever reason, I just start to freak out and go into shock. Even just watching, like I can't watch scenes in movies or TV shows where they're showing like a needle going into someone and then they're like withdrawing blood or what. It's like, no, thanks. Okay, babies get a Hep B. Why? We could probably ask Google that. Thanks, Boo Boo. Hi, Javier Gomez. I'm the same way with giving blood. Oh my God, nope. I got chickenpox at age 30. Oh, interesting, T-Money. Wow. In the UK, the uptake of MMR vaccines was very low amongst our ethnic minority. Interesting. So probably no tattoos then. I don't have any tattoos. I would consider, I don't know what it is, like, I was okay, like, actually, no, I wasn't okay. I fainted when I got my ears pierced. Surprise, surprise. I just, like, freaked out over, like, a needle going through my earlobes. This was when I was 16. I went to the mall, and then I fainted in the mall, and it was not fun. But I did not have any issue getting this, what is this called? Your cartilage? Yeah, your cartilage. I did not have any issue getting this cartilage piercing up here. I did not freak out whatsoever. So it's kind of, I feel like it's very hit or miss. Like I can be really calm and kind of get myself through needles, blood, that stuff, or it can just be like maybe it's like I drank too much coffee and so I'm already like hyped up and then it just is too much. But it is miserable. We've got, I was gonna say though, for no tattoos, I don't have any tattoos, but I think I could maybe make it through a tattoo session. Like if I really wanted a tattoo and I haven't ruled them out, I think I could maybe make it through. I say that here, but I don't know. I think I could. Hi, Javier Gomez. We've got Desert Nomad. Jojo is saying another big test is the TB skin test for volunteering. Yes, I feel like I had to get that too. Ugh, all the yucks. I haven't had tetanus shot since the 90s. Ooh, I mean, it's up to you to get your updates, but I can think of times where I was assembling a shelf or I was moving something and I cut myself with something that was rusted or dirty and it was like outside. And I remember thinking like, oh no, like this is the kind of situation where you could get tetanus. But I was vaxxed for it at the time, like whenever those things would occur. So for as much trouble and as much misery as getting vaxxed puts me through, to me, I'm like, okay, it's worth the years and years of protection or like reduced risk of getting these illnesses, even if it sucks in the moment. I feel this way about vaccines and I feel this way about blood draws. For me, the worst is blood draws, but anytime I've done a blood draw and either I like needed to do it for a volunteering job or I just myself was like, let's see like what my iron levels are, my cholesterol levels. Let's see. I mean, it's a good way to just like test and see like, hey, do I have any infections? Like, what are my counts for all these different things? It's kind of just nice to know. It's like checking your bank account in a way. It's like, where am I at here in this realm of my life? Like, are things going well in my body, in my bloodstream? So for me, I like the peace of mind of getting the test and like running through all these things and being like, all right, cool, looks good, maybe get a little more vitamin this and that and iron and whatever. I like knowing the facts, even if the price to get those facts is like a day of just feeling really gross and stressed out, because I really do kind of like panic when I get vaccines and blood draws. So not fun. We've got, I have a full tattoo sleeve of rabbits plus an unrelated tattoo on my shoulder. That's cool, just a dude. Giving blood is cool to me. I get into a whole character. I wish I could. I so wish I could. I think giving blood is like one of the coolest ways that you can help other people. But it would be, I know that it would be like a net, a net harm versus a net benefit, because I feel like I would go in there, I would pass out, it would delay or it would hold up the process of just getting people in and out of the blood donation center. There'd be personnel that would have to come help me, lift me out of there, transport me potentially. It would be such a hassle and such a disaster if I were to go in there and attempt to give blood, that it's, to me, it's just like not worth it. It would be miserable for me, and it would also be miserable for everyone at the blood donation like bank or whatever doing the whole thing. So I've taken myself out of the blood donor pool because it just, I know it would not go well. Ugh, it's just so icky to me, unfortunately. Hi, MC. Hi, Alexander. How are you doing? Tetanus is needed. Infection is very dangerous. Oh, yes, I do know this. If you read, I mean, tetanus has been around for, what, thousands of years? But if you look at, like, old, it's very icky. Like, it's really creepy. If you look at old illustrations of tetanus, I want to say from, like, the Greek times, the just ancient civilization times, and it's basically like before they had cameras and stuff, people would sketch like images of what like a person would look like who had these infections, and it's very, very scary, very disturbing, and it's like, it's no joke. So like I said, it's totally worth it for me to get all these things, even if it is hell going to the hospital, getting all freaked out, psyched out beforehand, fainting in the hospital chair or whatever they have me sitting in, sitting there drinking a juice box, feeling like an idiot. It's worth it. It's still worth it to me. Hi, Christopher J. I'm from Matt's channel. You're from Matt's channel. I don't know if I know who you're talking about. We've got Kirby saying, I had to get one last year because I stepped on a rusty nail. Yes. 150 down the drain. I mean, 150 down the drain, but also it's $150 for your life, potentially. So I think that's money well spent, Kirby. Coffee is saying, what is your favorite song nowadays? My favorite song is Timeless by Playboy Carter and The Weeknd. It's so funny because I actually was thinking about this today and potentially having this as my poll question. It might be my favorite song because I've listened to it for basically my whole life, but I actually think it's The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. It's like it got the meme treatment, which is hilarious. But I love The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Hi, say. The tetanus toxin can cause paralysis. Yeah, it is very, very scary. Thank you, Satisfying Life. I'm glad you like the earrings. I like your username. Punctuation says, yes, I continuously tell you can be whatever you want to be. I like tats, but the cost is outside the budget. I don't even know what tattoos go for these days. Like, you guys can tell me this, those of you who have gotten tattoos or just have been aware of prices more recently, but I think the only tattoos I would get are like little names or dates or just like cute little tattoos. It wouldn't be like a sleeve, it wouldn't be hands or neck or anything large. So like, what would be the going rate, do you think, if I were to get, say, like, hypothetical future, like if I had a kid and I could see, this is a scenario where I could see myself getting a tattoo. If I had a kid and his name was, I don't know, Robert, and say I wanted to just get a little like Robert, like on my arm, like how much would it cost to go into like your typical just run-of-the-mill tattoo parlor and get what did I say? Robert tattooed on my arm. Just I'm so curious. My guess is it would be like a few $100s, like somewhere between like $200 to $500. But I have no clue. I really don't. Unleavened Bread says, next time you watch a movie on the weekend, hit me up. I do not have any pets, but I love to think about getting pets. They're very expensive, which is why I still hold off on getting any pets, which then of course logically leads to no kids. I do lean yes on having kids in the future, but you guys, like the cost alone, forget the emotional investment, the time investment, everything that comes with having kids, but just the cost alone is astronomical, and daycare prices are through the roof, medical care for your kid, all the stuff you need, like car seats, formula, food, diapers, wipes, nursery stuff. Let's just Google this, because I've watched a lot of movies. I keep saying movies and videos interchangeably. I've seen a lot of videos. Oh, we've got a spammer. Hold on, guys. Let me just take care of that really quick. Because it's rude. But let me just see, like, what is, like, in the United States, what is the average cost of raising a child in the United States? It's in the hundreds of thousands. And I feel like this is not an accurate cost assessment. I really don't. But the average is said to cost $237,482 to raise a child on average. So each child that you have, based on research, data, whatever, is like each child will cost you $237,000 from the ages of 0 to 18 to raise. So food, shelter, schooling expenses, medical expenses, all the stuff you need to take care of a kid, get them places, the gas that you're paying, extra heating bill, clothing, shoes, you name it. All of us know how much kids, or have an idea of how much kids cost. So that, like, I heard someone use this comparison, like, with other things, where it's like, I know right now, currently in my life, I would not have the financial ability to pay for a car that costs $237, a television that costs $237, I'm trying to think of anything that could cost that much money. I don't know if a watch could cost, I'm sure there's a watch that could cost that much money, but any object or item out there that could cost $237,000, like a tricked out crazy car, like a Lamborghini with all the customization and stuff. I do not have the ability to pay for something that is $237,000. Therefore, I would not be financially prepared to front all the costs associated with having a child. That's just gonna have to come with time, because currently, financially, there's no way. Hi, Leah Batty. You need a Thaddeus tattoo, says T Money. That's funny. Bishop Bullwinkle, I'm having a good day. How about you? I had today off because it's President's Day. It was a holiday. Shot would be free here, Kirby. Oh, that's so sad. We have to pay for vaccines, and unfortunately in a lot of other countries, you could just get them for free. It's a shame. MC saying, hey, Banana, how often do you put on makeup? I only put makeup on for if I'm getting a professional headshot or I'm getting an ID badge for something. So like first day of work, typically I will wear a little bit of makeup just so that my features really stand out in my employee ID badge, or when I'm getting my, like I'm gonna renew my passport photo or my driver's license. So it's like anytime I'm gonna get like an official photo taken of me, I'll wear a little bit of makeup. If I'm going to a significant event like a wedding or maybe a baby shower or some kind of like formal event, graduation ceremony, I wore makeup when I graduated with my bachelor's degree and with my master's degree, just because I knew I'd be taking photos with my graduation cap and my gown, I think is what you call it. That's about it. Yeah, it's really just like special occasions, whether it's either like when a photo is going to be taken of me, or I just kind of want to look extra like put together and like fancy for the event that I'm going to. But day to day, I'm like, you can see my eyebrows, you can see my eyelashes. This is, my mom was saying this, like my mom is a redhead, and all of her like facial hair is naturally like platinum blonde. Like you cannot see her eyebrows, you can't see her eyelashes. So she does like use some brow coloring and mascara so that you can just see, her features a bit more. But in my case, I'm like, I have dark hair, you can see all my features, and also it's just extra time in the morning that I'd rather be sleeping or eating or doing something else with my time. So I really just, makeup is kind of like, I would say it's similar to drinking alcohol. I don't drink alcohol hardly at all these days. I'll really only drink alcohol on holidays, my birthday, or again, special events like a wedding or a graduation party, something like that. Hello from cold Connecticut. Yes, I do remember you're from Connecticut, Thaddeus. ASAP Telly. Yeah, ooh, the tetanus shot. I'm so dreading my tetanus shot for next year. Yuck. Simon and Garfunkel, yay! Oh, Heaven Ingram, looks like you're typing some Taylor Swift anti-hero lyrics. Bishop Bullwinkle, having a good day. ZZ Top is in my playlist. I got mumps as an adult, interesting swellings as a male. Oh, yikes. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. $80 to $120, it's pretty small. Okay. All right, it's gonna depend on the size and how fancy you want it, but if it's just a name, I bet you can get it for less than $200. That's kind of what I would expect. Like for a little tattoo, if I were to get it, it probably would be something like a name, a date, or maybe like a cute little animal or a little image of something that's significant to me. So yeah, it would maybe be like this large, like, just, it would not be a large area to tattoo. It would be something, I would guess like the size of what's something? Like no bigger than like a ping pong ball, maybe a tennis ball. It wouldn't be extravagant. All right, have a kid when you're ready. Bachelor life is life. You haven't experienced parenting yet. I will say this, I grew up around a lot of kids, just like, I feel like not because I had a lot of siblings, but just there were other kids around in the neighborhood. And I was like cousin, like I would see like other relatives of mine having kids. And so I'm like, I mean, I think there's just a time when you know and you're ready for it and you're ready to go with this plan. And I'm like, no, I'm not at that point. When was that study? It's probably more expensive now. I know, Luke, I was looking at that number of the cost of children and I was like, that does not seem correct. I've heard estimates closer, actually, as crazy as it sounds, I've heard people estimate actually closer to $500,000. When you think about all the potential costs that could come up between the ages of 0 and 18 with a child, I mean, they could have health complications, they could need extra procedures, medicines, they might need therapy, they might need, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like every extra add-on you could possibly have, all their extracurricular things, if you want them to be in piano lessons or sports or chess club, reading, like I'm thinking like if you want them to have like a super nice tutor, I mean, and then daycare alone, it's just crazy, guys. It's so crazy. Everything is so expensive these days. It's insane. Sec, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I am not in college. I am almost a decade out of college at this point. Also, I need to close this poll question. Let me do that. I love that my trick worked. We still had most people voting for Wicked, which is incorrect because it's the first option in the list. You can't put a price on raising a child. You'll do whatever it takes. Don't compare your child to a dollar amount. I disagree with you, Firebolt AZ, because the number of parents that cannot support their children, and also, unfortunately, the number of kids who end up in foster care because the parent gave them up because they could not support them, you're having children. The Sound of Silence is on my gig list beautiful song. I know, it is such a beautiful song. Sec, what is your dream career? You're asking. I would say I have my dream job right now. I'm a data analyst. I love my job. And also doing social media. So I'm loving my jobs so far. They're really fun. It was definitely Bridget Jones. You love a bit of British. Yes, I love my Brits. They're so funny. We've got... I recognize YouTube is not the most respectful and chivalrous way to approach you. There's just too much beauty to not at least try, says Unleavened Bread. MC says, Banana, you're about in that peak age range for kids. So don't wait too long because the world's changing a lot with tech and such. Oh, I don't care. I am not under any pressure whatsoever. I'm like, I will not. That is like honestly one of the worst reasons to have kids, in my opinion. If you're a female and then you're like, oh no, I'm running out of time, and then you panic, have kids when you weren't ready, you weren't fully in it to begin with, you just made the decision out of panic. I think making any decision in life out of panic is terrible. So I'm like, hey, if I am never ready to commit to something that major and I'm past the age of having my own kids, I love the idea of adopting. So I've got 2 routes that I'm fully on board with. If I want to have my own kids, that's great. But if the timing is not right for me, I will just opt for adoption. I really have and there's, like I said before, there are so many thousands of children in our foster care system who are up for adoption that parents had to give up because for one way or another, they were not able to raise the child themselves. So I'm like, hey, there's plenty of kids out there who really could use a home, and I would be happy to help them out. So there is no, that is a terrible reason, in my opinion, to have kids out of panic and feeling like you're running out of time. Kirby says, Fireball AZ, I was about to say, if you're putting a price on a kid, you probably don't want kids at the moment. Yabba Dabba Doo says, coffee, hello. I'm watching a Twister movie with Helen Hunt. Oh, I love Helen Hunt. Yes. Thank you, Bishop Bullwinkle. Pictures of your food in the background. Please needs color or art, just a little splash of color. Hi, Matt Neal. Bishop Bullwinkle, your name just gave me crazy nostalgia. YMCYBF is here. All right. Let's see. Okay, fair warning, small tattoos look great at first but don't age well. I know, that's another thing too. I want to live a very long life and I wouldn't want to have like some blurred, ugly, kind of faded tattoo when I'm old that I got when I was younger. I just want natural. You seem to have a very analytical brain. I do. Okay. Henny, your live is YouTube featured right now? Kirby, I don't know what that means. Could you tell me more? What does that mean? I've been on this platform so long and yet there are certain things that escape me. So what does YouTube featured mean? Coffee, okay. All right. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Kids are a full life job. There is no time off. Exactly. It is not. It is probably one of the I would argue it is the most consequential decision you can make in your life. To choose to make another human and bring them into this world. Like, I don't think there's anything more significant than that. Okay. Hi, Mike Dizzle. Kids need everything. Okay. Finally, I'm at the point in the chat where the poll results are. So 37% of you guessed incorrectly. The first option was Wicked. I did not see Wicked this weekend. And then 23% said Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. That is indeed the movie that I watched this weekend. It was so good. So funny. Tons of great actors. And a very sweet ending to the Bridget Jones series. So go see it if you haven't. I really loved it. I think you will too. Hi, Nicole. Luke guessed Twisters. Hi, Kareem TV. Canis Things. Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. I love this sweater too. All right, Ernest, hopefully you heard me just say the results. So I came late. Are we cooking tonight? Nope, not tonight, Rosario. I'm probably gonna be cooking on Wednesday night, but I didn't really have much to cook tonight. So I decided I'd be hanging out in my living room instead for a little change. What's your opinion on THC and CBD since you have health in your username? So I'm reading Unlikely Addict 56, their comment or their question. I personally am not a fan of any cannabis-derived marijuana. All the terminology just escapes me because there's so many like acronyms, but I personally do not like cannabis marijuana products. But I think legalization is fine. I mean, if other things like cigarettes and alcohol are legal, I think it makes logical sense that cannabis products should be legal, and they're legal here in Minnesota. That isn't true for every state in the United States, but here in Minnesota we legalized marijuana, cannabis. Was it last year? I think it was 2024. Sometime in the last year or two. I'm not remembering. Very, very new. There have been so many new THC, CBD, dispensaries popping up here in Minneapolis. And I see THC products everywhere. So I'm cool, it's legal. You definitely smell it everywhere now, which I don't really like, but it's legal here. And I think, it probably makes the most sense. So I personally don't buy those products or smoke anything, but I'm kind of chill about it being legal. You look like my teacher, says Ed Reed. Sliding Edge. Met then when they were glad we came into each other's lives. That's very sweet, Sliding Edge. America will get worse than get better. I disagree with you, Darren. Could probably say the same thing about Australia. Jazria, in this day and age, I would encourage people to have kids, especially in America. Yeah, you guys, this is super interesting. I just watched a video about this 2 days ago, but so here in America, we are heading for a demographic cliff, which is what they're calling it. And this has already been happening in Europe, in Japan, I think in Korea, definitely in Russia, but they're like younger and younger people, like millennials and Gen Z, more and more of us, like more and more young people are opting not to have kids. So like the population that's aging, like the population is aging, but there's not as many young people who are going to be replacing those people in the workforce and like obviously being part of the economy. So this is very interesting, but there's a lot of discussion on social media about, hey, like, it's like such a topic of discussion, like millennials and Gen Zs, like everything is expensive. Inflation is super expensive. So many young people are moving back in with their parents. There's a lot of people who rent. Houses are too expensive. So it's like when people can't afford college, they have hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt from student loans. They're renting, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They can't afford houses. Children are a lot of people are like, I can't even consider children because I can't even afford to purchase a home where I would want to raise a child instead of being a renter and raising a child. Not to mention having hundreds of thousands in debt from college, from car loans, from credit cards, from whatever else. It's just, I think a lot of people are being priced out of homes and are struggling to even just buy their groceries week to week. And so people are like, children are not even in the equation right now. You can't take the budget of a lot of people's lives and fit a child in there. So I definitely push back on people who just say, have kids, have kids, have kids, because if you just cave to pressure and you don't really think it through as one of the biggest decisions you can make in your life, I think that can be very harmful to the child that you're bringing into the world if they're going to be growing up in a very chaotic home where you're struggling to feed them. You might have to be moving all the time, living in a dangerous area because it's all you can afford, and the kid is in danger. And it's just, I really don't think it's fair to the child, really, if you're not thinking through how you could support them financially and you just kind of make the decision to do it without that consideration. All right. Oh God, punctuation. I don't want to live through that. Luke was saying, usually tattoos fade because of thin lines. You can have a small tattoo, but as long as the letters aren't pencil thin, it'll be fine. Got it. Thank you, Rod. I wasn't necessarily going for glamorous, but I definitely wanted to bring the earrings back. People were asking about them. So I've got the Jingle Bell earrings. I've also got my Christmas sweater that says cheers backwards. Kirby says, I think it means that YouTube is pushing or suggesting your live streams to new viewers. That's exciting. Kirby, how could you even tell that? Like, was there something that you saw that said that my live stream is being YouTube featured? I'm very curious about that. Hello, what is your favorite car? Right now, Car Guy 458. I am absolutely obsessed with the Ford Bronco Sport in baby blue. Those cars are just the coolest cars. They're so pretty. Chloe, I don't talk about my personal life on here, but I understand your question. Hi, Crazy Sick Wine. Gillespie, just hanging out, chatting with people on here. You live close to me, says Chloe. Thank you, Double A. I'm seeing a lot of people that I don't recognize based on their username. Hi, Vargas Cordoba. Luke says, I think it's great for the people who need it. Most people just want to get high, though. Nothing wrong with that either. Yes, I mean, I think human beings throughout history have used substances to get some kind of feeling, whether it's alcohol, tobacco, cannabis, opiates. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just some people at any given point in time will use substances to have certain like sensations. So I don't enjoy the smell of marijuana, and I smell it so much these days. So that's like not the best externality, but it is what it is. It's legal now. But I do think it's great for people who need it, because I know that cannabis can be very like helpful for people with certain health conditions. I can't remember specifically what, but yeah, I know it's like a very helpful substance for people. Tyrone T, it's been ages since I saw you in the chat. Good to see you, Tyrone. Hannah doesn't smoke the pot, says Kirby. I've been humbled. You need to watch out with cannabis. The concentrated is too much. CBD is a little tamer. I don't use any substances whatsoever in my life. The only like substance that I use that I would call a substance, I guess maybe two. I drink 1 cup of coffee every day. That it does contain caffeine. And then, what's the second one? Alcohol. Every so often I'll consume alcohol at a party or some significant like event, like a graduation party or a wedding, usually. So those are really the 2 substances in my life, caffeine and alcohol. Joseph Semet says, go birds. MC says, that's true what you said about if you're not ready, but not everybody thinks that way. I mean, I'm a long-term thinker and I like to plan for things. So, I mean, yeah, I just think when you're going to make the biggest decision you could possibly make as a human being to make another human being, please, like, I just feel like people should spend a ton of time thinking about it, how much money it's going to take, everything they're going to need, the support they'll need, the services they'll need, the medical treatments they'll need if there's any complications. Like, if there's something you should really put a lot of thought and care and planning into, it is a new human, because that's a huge thing. We got 8 billion people, we'll be fine, I think, LOL. That is a good point. There are 8 billion people. The problem is all the money. Yeah, agreed, Luke. The problem is running a startup. I don't think I would create a startup. WBM. When the next generation doesn't have the manpower to take care of their elders, that creates a humanitarian situation. That's a lot of America right there. People need to learn, says Hunter. I like your sweater. Thank you, Coffee. I feel sorry for females, the decisions you have to make between children and a professional job. You can definitely have both. I mean, there's plenty of women who've got like 3, 4, 5 kids and they're crushing it in their careers. So you can have the best of both, but it is like, it takes more planning. And I will say this, I think the more money you have to hire nannies, drivers, caretakers, cleaners. I had friends growing up that had cleaners and nannies. I didn't. I mean, my parents just raised me. But the more money you have to basically get help, like get the help you need, buy the food you need, the formula, the caretakers, like that can really help you also have a career. Like, great example, Amal Clooney. Amal Clooney is married to George Clooney, very famous couple, and she is like one of the top lawyers in the whole world. She's like a world famous humanitarian human rights lawyer, and she gave birth to twins, and she was like back at the United Nations, like working as an attorney. I don't even know how quickly after she had her twins. But of course, like when you're Amal Clooney and George Clooney and you have like God knows how many I mean, they're both worth so many millions of dollars. They obviously have the resources where they could buy a lot of things or hire helpers, cleaners, whoever, to basically help with a lot of the tasks that are involved with raising kids. So having resources helps. Christmas after Christmas is illegal, says To Evil to Hope. Not in my world. Ford Pantera is pretty cool too. It's a tab under your live that says YouTube feature on the home screen. What? That's so cool. Hi, the rich kid. That's a fun username. Coffee, yes. Alcohol, no, says David Cook. Peter, straight up vodka time. Yes, you guys always think I'm drinking straight vodka or tequila. How about keep coffee and do not drink alcohol anymore? The thing is, I probably drink alcohol 3 times a year. I'll usually drink alcohol on like Christmas Eve, like Christmas Eve dinner maybe, my birthday, and like maybe like a wedding. And I don't go to a ton of weddings, but like I have a very close friend whose wedding I'm gonna go to in May, and I definitely expect to have champagne, wine, something at her wedding. I know they'll be serving alcohol. So between my birthday, Christmas Eve, oh, New Year's, what am I saying? Not Christmas, New Year's Eve, because I love to toast with like champagne or wine. So it's always my birthday, I'll have a drink, New Year's Eve, I'll have a drink, and let's say on average I go to like 1, maybe let's say 2 weddings every year. If it's 4, I don't like spending money on alcohol. I don't buy alcohol for myself. I don't keep it in my home. I don't buy alcohol at restaurants because it's insanely overpriced than when you can buy it like by the bottle. So that really limits it to holidays and weddings. And if it's 4 times a year that I'm drinking alcohol, I can justify that. So I would never be the person to completely go 100% no alcohol because I love it. It's not an issue for me. It does not detract from my life in any way. I really enjoy it, but I just can't justify paying for it all the time or consuming it all the time because that's not great for you. So yeah, I love occasional alcoholic drinks. Thank you, Adam Shrewsbury. Thank you, Sophia Owlsley. We've got Mike Dizzle. Someone once told me, if the earth didn't give it to you, don't take it. Nicole, hello. An old man told me once, if people waited until they can afford to have kids, no one will ever have kids. I mean, I would recommend go talk to all of the parents who gave their children up to foster care or worse because they could not afford their children. Kirby, yes, she reads every comment. Can I get a something? What's the score? So I'm currently watching Manchester City versus Newcastle. It's not a very exciting game. I also was hoping to watch Kevin De Bruyne, but he's not been playing. I think he's been dealing with some kind of like on and off injury situation. But it's 3-0. It seems like a pretty decisive score at this point. They're only in the 46th minute, so they've still got what, like 40 minutes left or so, like 45 to 50 minutes left of this game. But yeah, I think Manchester City is being pretty dominant in this game. Kids do grow up to resent parents that have a nanny raise their kids. That is false, Stan, because my best friend from childhood had a nanny, and she and her parents are like the closest family you'll ever meet. She's the friend who I'm going to see her wedding out in Maryland this May in a few months. So you are wrong. Mike says, hello, Hannah Bobena. Why are they expensive? Crazy Barber is here. Hi, Isabel Huizenkvelt. Kirby says, Hannah's gonna get rock star wasted at the wedding. Absolutely not. This is gonna be a very fun wedding. I'm so excited for it, you guys. So my friend who's getting married, she comes from a family that's like pretty, I mean, they're religious but pretty secular, and then her fiance, soon to be husband, is Jewish. So they're gonna be doing like a kind of like a fusion of both. Like my friend's family is Christian, her her future soon to be husband is Jewish. So they're gonna do some of the Jewish traditions at the wedding. They're gonna do some of the typical like Christian wedding things you see at a lot of US weddings. So it should be fun. I think they're gonna do like at Jewish weddings, you know how you put the bride and the groom sit in chairs and then they like toss the chairs up and down, like they're gonna do that. So yeah, it's gonna be a really fun wedding. I can't wait. And I am gonna be vlogging this trip that I take out to Maryland for this wedding. If it is not personal question, and Christianity is allowed to drink alcohol, yes, 100%. Yes, alcohol is 100% part of Christianity. When you take communion, you eat bread and you also drink wine to, and this is just, I'm not like, I don't talk about my religious views on here, but I know because I was raised Christian that when you take communion, you eat bread and you drink wine to symbolize the body and blood of Jesus Christ. So yes, alcohol is very much a central part of Christianity. Scary Insight says, love sports, big fan. Hi Hamilton homegrown, Merry Christmas. I know people are like, why are you dressed for Christmas? And I'm like, I'm not technically dressed for Christmas. This does not say Merry Christmas. All it says is cheers. But of course it does look like a Christmas sweater, and these are technically Jingle Bell earrings, although a lot of people misidentify these as cherry earrings. So I thought, why not? I'm also pretty chilly. It's been like very, very, very cold in Minneapolis, like sub-zero temperatures with wind chill. So I'm dressed pretty toasty. I actually have 2 layers on. I've got a lighter t-shirt, and then I've got this thicker sweater on. Dustin says, you're funny. Kirby says, I love watching those mixed tradition weddings. I know, you guys, they're so fun. I actually had another friend who got married just a couple months ago in December, and she's from India. She's, what is it? Hindu, I think is the religion. So she's Hindu. Her husband now is white, I think Polish background. Like, I don't know him as well, but I'm gonna assume he's Christian given his family heritage. Definitely not Hindu. So they had a really cool Indian wedding over in India. And he definitely, like, he was a part of the whole thing. She sent me all the photos. And then they're gonna do a more like American style wedding here, probably next year, 2026. So yeah, I love the like fusion weddings when you're when you're mixing cultures and religious traditions. I think it's really fun. Let's see here. Can I donate $100? You can donate whatever you want. The donate button is right down at the bottom of your chat. Your Kendrick Lamar take was not a hit. I don't care. I'm entitled to my opinions, and I hated his halftime show. How much for a night? WBM. Your Dignity Mega. Great to know. You hope you find successful income and successful life. Aloha, mommy. What's up? Hi, Winking Dragon. Welcome back. What's your plans for your apartment next to gadget exercises equipment? I don't know what that is, Hamilton. I'm confused. You guys, this game is pretty boring. I was hoping for a little more competitiveness, but Newcastle just crumbled. Yeah, I don't know what the heck you're talking about, Hamilton. I hope it's appropriate. This food is cold, guys, but whatever. Hi, Ravi. Sounds like you are from India, if you're saying you're from the land of buttered chicken. Am I right? Rich is saying, oh, Kirby, bad talk about KL. Kirby is saying, Hannah, I wanted to get baptized because I was missing out on the wine and crackers. I was like 5 years old. That's so funny. Yeah, I remember I think growing up, they would let us, actually, now that I think about it, like at the time of the communion, like during the service, I think if you were like under, like they would have grape juice. I'm trying to think of like all the different versions of it that I would see. I think like young kids would just kind of like hang out in the pew, just like you wouldn't stand up and take communion. But I think there was also a time like when I was like maybe a teenager and they would have like grape juice for the people who are not 21 years old. I've seen it done many ways. I felt the halftime show was flat, clearly went over my head or was not meant for me. I understood. I was getting like, okay, he's talking to like Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam is being rude to Kendrick and saying like, you're so ghetto, like make it tidy or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm getting the messaging here. But just like the mumble rapping, the dancing was like boring. It was so flat. I will never reverse course in my hatred of that halftime show. No matter what people say, no matter what people throw up for the viewership numbers, it's like that halftime show sucked. I hated it. Hi, Srinivas. Dreza. Banana probably thinking in her mind after that comment from Mega. Yeah, I don't even remember. What was it? I'm not remembering. Cranberry juice. They would say, blessed be with you, and just do bread in the Catholic one in my town. That's sweet. Halftime show was dead. Ugh, yeah. Absolutely terrible. Checks like Nike. Hey, what's up? What do you think of Sagittarius? I don't have any strong feelings about Sagittarius. I'm not going to do a home tour, sun dryer. Jello or Gello is asking, how long did it take you to get that pretty? I mean, I'm 31 years old, so it took me 31 years to get right here and look like this. But I don't know, it's all subjective. I love the politeness in your rejection answers. I mean, I'm gonna share my opinions where I can, or I don't know, I think it's like, it's fine if people liked the halftime show. I'm not hating on people who like the halftime show. I'm just saying personally, I hated it. Like, whatever. We can agree to disagree. I don't like Kendrick at all. Funny, people hate because we don't like Kendrick. LOL, okay. Jawed Khan. OMG, you look so young. Yeah, people tend to age me down into somewhere in the 20s, which I think is fine. I'm like, hey, if people continue to do this, I feel like I'm doing something right. Sliding Edge is saying, okay, what's everybody's favorite halftime show? I really liked Queen Latifah, also Prince. I loved Rihanna's halftime show, which I believe was in 2023. I also loved the whole like entourage of Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. There were other people there. That one, I mean, most of the halftime shows that I've watched in my life, I've loved. Do you guys remember Beyonce's halftime show I think it was 2013, And actually, like, the power went out in the stadium. I don't remember if it was before or after her halftime show. I think it was after her halftime show. But that was a good halftime show. Who else? I thought Katy Perry did a good job. I don't remember Prince, but I really loved when Justin Timberlake was performing at the halftime show and did a tribute to Prince. I liked The Weeknd. I liked Bruno Mars. I liked, who was last year? Oh, Usher. Oh my God, Usher was really fun. Dude, that, like, I remember watching the halftime show last year, and I was so nervous for him because I was like, please don't fall on your roller skates. Oh my God. Like, the man was just, he was like dancing, singing on roller skates, and I was like, please don't fall, please don't slip, please don't crash into any of these other people on the stage. Like, that was so cool. That to me was way more impressive than Kendrick's performance, where I'm like, dude, Usher is, you could tell he was sweating, and it's like, you have to remember choreography, you're on roller skates, so you're moving faster, you're also singing, you're also probably out of breath because you're like moving yourself along on your roller skates. And he like did a duet with Alicia Keys. I remember her being at the halftime show last year. Like, for me, what I want in a halftime show is like aerial things. Like, I loved Rihanna when she was on like the aerial platforms and like way high up in the air for her halftime show. Or just some kind of like stunts and acrobatics. And it just was like with Kendrick, I was like, this is so boring. Like, okay, the formations are cool, like the dancers are in sync, and like, yeah, their outfits are cool, but like, oh my God. I was like, dude, this is so effing boring. I hate this. Punctuation, I'm eating just a bunch of veggies with tofu scramble and some like herbs on top. Hi, not Kate. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Sendrayar says I look like 23. We'll take that. Purple Rain. We're millennials, we don't age like boomers. I mean, I've seen like people saying that Gen Z are aging quickly, but I don't know. Could just be some people's opinions, not everybody's. Not fried rice with spinach, punctuation. This is quinoa with some curried tofu scramble. Hannah in Rage alternate channel. Thank you, Dave Lee. After LOL, that's what I was thinking with the Beyonce halftime show. Kirby Knows What's Up. Prince was 2007. Janet Jackson was my favorite halftime show. I fell asleep when that happened, Rod. Hi, Larry Long. Man's Got Talent. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers did the after show. I ordered shrimp fried rice this one time at a Chinese restaurant. The lady asked me, did I want fried rice in my shrimp fried rice? LOL, Kendrick performance was A+. I liked it. That's fine if you liked it. I just personally didn't. If we talking about Usher, you my boo, if you know, you know. Women are so sensitive when it comes to their age, so I bring out that sensitivity. I do not care about my age. I don't care about my age, I don't care about my weight, I don't care about a lot of stuff that I just feel like, as like women have just been told this. I don't know if it's women. I feel like it's like, so society has said like, oh, like it's impolite or it's not ladylike to talk about your age. It's not ladylike to talk about your weight. And it's like, who cares? Like I don't care if, like, why hide your age? Like, there's no point in my head. The only reason I can think of is like, you're afraid of being judged. If you can let go of being judged, then you just stop caring. So it's like, okay, if I'm 31 and some people think I'm 50, then I'm like, okay, some people think I look older than my age, but it's just feedback. Like, you don't have to get upset about it. I just don't see the point in being so secretive about stuff. Yeah, exactly, Kirby. I do not care. Put Hannah's live on the halftime show. That's so funny. Jazz, I'm eating quinoa and tofu with a bunch of veggies. Thank you, Jello. I'm so old school. I literally talk about anything to anybody. This is something I like about, like, I really, because there's certain things I'm not as big a fan of with Gen Zs, but Gen Zs just don't care. They do not care. They will, like, burp and fart on Instagram Reels and YouTube and show their zits and show their, like, nasty feet, and they're just, like, they just don't care, and it's so funny. It's so fun. Like, I appreciate it. It's like they're not buttoned up, they're not hiding about things, they're open about their like, I think they're very, generally speaking, I think Gen Z is very, like, pro mental health, being open about your struggles, therapy, more body positivity, like, hey, if you're a little thick, if, like, you're a little chunky, like, whatever, like, that's me. I like it. It's honest. It's like, I feel like they're, like, the realest generation we've got. I just think they're more willing to talk about things openly. I agree 100%. Would you think Dolly Parton would? Yes! I love Dolly Parton so much. I think she would be so charming as a halftime show. And I was saying this before, but I really think that we're overdue for country artists. Like, we've had so many pop artists and we've had so many, like, rap. I feel like it's rap and pop. Like, Usher's kind of more, I would say he's more pop than rap, but it's like we've had rappers, we've had the Snoop Dogg entourage, we had Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, JT, and I'm like, I feel like we're due for more of, like, a country, like, lineup. So I was saying, like, my sister and I were discussing this, but I would love to see, like, a country crew, and Dolly Parton could hold her own. I think she could have her own halftime show. I think Miley Cyrus could have her own halftime show. Taylor Swift could have her own halftime show. Justin Bieber, Carrie Underwood. But I could see, like, the entourage with, like, all the rappers, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent, all of them. I could see, like, a similar, like, group halftime performance with, like, Morgan Wallen, Kenny Chesney, Dixie Chicks, Shania, Carrie Underwood, Casey Musgraves. Like, I could see, like, a cool mashup, like, group thing, and I think that'd be really fun. Skywalk says, keep rocking, Hannah. I will do my best, Skywalk78. Thank you so much. Jello, yes, I do have socials. I really only have YouTube and Instagram. So if you go over to Instagram and you search the same username as you see here on YouTube, Hannah in Health, you'll find my channel over there. It's pretty small. I'm currently working on migrating all of my YouTube shorts over to Instagram as Reels, but it just takes a really long time. I only just started the Instagram account for this YouTube channel like 2 months ago because enough people were asking about it in my live streams. I was like, fine, give the people what they're asking for. I will start an Instagram page for this YouTube channel. So if you just search Hannah in Health, you should be able to find me, and you'll see a lot of the same content that you see over here on YouTube. Okay. Hey, we like the thick, says Kirby. I post the best football videos, says Football Central. All right. Glad I'm not in the Gen Z category. I dodged that one and was born way earlier. I will say this. I love being a young millennial. So I think the starting year for Gen Z is 1997. I'm 1993, so I'm about 4 years from the cutoff where Gen Z starts. And I feel like with being like a younger millennial, like we still grew up with tech. So we're tech savvy. We grew up with like Facebook, AOL, Instant Messenger. So it's like tech, like I had cell phones in middle school and high school. I had laptops all throughout high school and college. So it's like we didn't have to like learn about technology at a later age, which I love about being a millennial. But two things that come to mind. I'm very, 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 very grateful that I am not a Gen Z. One of them is I was not like I was out of high school and out of college when COVID hit. I was basically like a younger worker. I had a few years of experience under my belt. I had some savings. I feel like when COVID came crashing down, I wasn't stuck doing remote school, remote college, remote graduation ceremony. I felt terrible for the Gen Zs that had their high school or their college years completely messed up because of COVID. So I was really just like I feel like I didn't have a lot of disruption in that sense with schooling that the Gen Zs did. And then the second thing is I feel really bad for like the young Gen Zs that are like just getting their start in the career force, like out of college, because like the inflation has been insane. The cost of living is insane. I remember what it cost me to rent an apartment when I first started working out of college. And I remember thinking like, $1,000 for an apartment was like so expensive. And now the average apartment price these days is $2,000 for like a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, like typical, like one person is going to be getting an apartment if you're like right out of college. So I feel terrible for the Gen Zs when it comes to like having to deal with the high cost of living right out of college, like just trying to like get started with like budgeting, adulting, paying for all your bills, cooking for yourself, but also like going to social events and maybe, I don't know, buying like new clothes to start your work wardrobe. Ugh, it is a cruel economy, like the younger you are, I will say that. So I am glad that I have like a little bit of time under my belt and I'm not in that generation having to deal with these crazy high costs of living. We were young once, says Rod. MC says positive, buddy. You know, Beyonce upset them country folk for winning best country album at the Grammys. They are not short on the comments. I mean, I liked Cowboy Carter, and like also she's from the South. She's from Texas. So like whatever. And the thing is like there's been plenty of Black artists and people of color in the country space. So it's nothing new, but yeah, whatever. I thought Cowboy Carter was a really fun album. I would eat your earrings just saying, this is Queen City Cards. Hi, Leyland Jones. Kirby says, Hannah, you should tell them about the sponsorship, and I'm planning on reaching out too. Yes, I should. If you're talking about this teeth whitening kit. So I just posted a video on my channel today. It premiered this afternoon, but I collabed with a brand called Care For. I know it's backwards for you, but you can read it. I know you can. It's Care For, alcohol-free, and it's a teeth whitening kit. It comes with teeth whitening strips and then a gel pen. I'll take them out just so you can see. But if you want one, you should email me. Actually, go to my channel, watch the collaboration video that I posted today. And you can find my email in the video. You can also find my email address in my bio. And the first 10 of you to contact me, and people actually have already been contacting me, so now there's less than 10. But if you contact me in time, you can request your free teeth whitening kit if you want one of these. So definitely reach out. This is the teeth whitening pen. I thought this was so cool. I think it looks like a tube of mascara for any ladies watching. But it is a teeth whitening gel pen. So this is what the tip of it looks like. And then you just, I'm not gonna do it now because I'm eating food, but you basically just like paint your teeth with the end of this tip, and you twist the bottom of this to get the gel to come and like flood the tip of the paintbrush, essentially is what it is. So that's the gel whitening pen. And then there's also 7 packs. I'll take one of them out. 7 of these, which is a teeth whitening strip pack. So inside of this package, there's a strip for your top teeth and then a strip for your bottom teeth. And then you leave them on for 30 minutes, take them off, and then I think you're supposed to maybe, well, it doesn't say like rinse, I'm not seeing that, but basically it's just strips that help whiten your teeth. And I do like whitening products. I do it every now and then, so this was perfect. Feel free to reach out to me, hannah.in.health@gmail, and just say that you would like to claim a free pack of teeth whitening. Great suggestion, Kirby. Oh no, Kirby, you said your nephew had a drive-by graduation. That is so depressing. That's so sad. Gen Y, Gen X, and down. Hi, Chimua. Dang, Hannah, you've been eating that plate since before I left. I know. I take a long time to eat food on here because I'm talking a lot. Rich, that's my favorite calf. She acts like a dog. Oh, cute. Oh, so cute. MC is saying, I hate to talk down to the newer generations. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. Nah, it sucks. I think just what you can do is just work hard, save as much money as you can, live as cheaply as you can if you're just starting out and you're like a Gen Z person. Work hard, try to keep your job, like do everything you can to keep your job because a lot of people are getting laid off and fired these days. But yeah, I'm thinking of like what I would do if I was like 23, 24, just starting out of college in this economy, which is rough. But yeah, I'd probably just cook every meal for myself, limit the number of times I eat out with friends, brew all of my coffee at home, don't buy Starbucks, except for like maybe like a one-off thing, and maybe side hustle, drive DoorDash, do some like, I myself, like I work a 9-to-5 job, but I'm now monetized on YouTube, so I make some income from YouTube, but I've also worked like contract gigs off to the side. Like in the last year, I did a contract gig where, or was it 2 years ago? It might have been 2 years ago at this point. But just like any side income you can make that's just gonna help you build a nest egg, build an emergency fund. If you lose your job, it can tide you over so you can still keep paying your bills while you're looking for your next job. But it is a tough economy to be in if you're a young person. It's a great economy if you are much older and you've got a bunch of assets. If you have property, if you have lots of, oh my God. I was like talking to my parents the other day and they were saying that they had 1,000 stocks of a certain company. And I was like, oh my God, that's so much money just in one stock. But of course they're now in their 60s and they've had time to accrue all of these assets. And I'm like, man, you boomers, I'm not gonna hate on boomers because it's like, what is it their fault that they were just born at a good time in history in terms of like growing your wealth? But like, oh, it's painful to like know what people were purchasing houses for, like what the price of a typical house was, what a car used to cost, what wages used to be compared to the cost of everything else. But it's like, there's no use in just ranting and complaining about it because you can't change it. So you might as well just try to be as successful as you can. Hi, Majnu Varma. Indeed, Gillespie. I do stay on here for a few hours. It's been almost 2 hours now. Wish I could see it better, says Green Day. Is that chocolate? I am not eating chocolate. Oh, wait. No, you can't see the brownies, so you weren't talking about the brownies. MC says, too late, banana. My top teeth are not the best, but my bottom teeth are all perfectly fine. Nick's novel reviews. MC, never too late. Yeah, I think that's true. It's never too late. You could always do something, right? Kirby is starting that song that Nick was saying. The lion sleeps tonight. Spend your money wisely. Don't buy anything that you don't need. That is how I am operating in 2025. And honestly, for pretty much all of 2024. There's some fun money, like I'm gonna buy presents for Christmas. I'm gonna buy presents for loved ones' birthdays. I'm gonna go out for the occasional meal with friends, family, whoever. It's not that I'm literally like I'm not struggling to the point where like I can't do any fun spending. Like I'm okay financially, but still it's like things aren't cheap. Like things cost a lot of money. Like all the bills are very expensive when you take them all together. Groceries are expensive. I try not to I don't really like shopping that much, so I don't buy a lot of clothes. Sorry, I'm just seeing if this one guy messed up. Anyways, but what I'm saying is I'm naturally a spender. I'm naturally a saver. I don't like spending money. I like just, it feels good to have money hit your account and know that a decent chunk of it is actually going to stay with you. It's not going right back out the door to pay for bills or debts or anything else. Like someone said, I think it was Morgan Housel, who wrote a great book called The Psychology of Money. And he says that wealth is the money you keep, not the money you're spending on stuff. It's not the car, it's not the house, it's not the clothes, it's not the Gucci bag, it's not the shoes, it's not the vacations. True wealth, like your actual wealth, is the money that you keep, that is in your bank account, that's in your assets, that's in your house. Like if you're, looking at your house as an asset, which it is. Yeah, so wealth is the money that you keep, not the money that you spend. My rule is don't eat out after the 15th. That's a cool rule, Kirby. I've been seeing people doing this on social media where it's this like no eating out February or no spend February, where they're challenging themselves. Like, I am not gonna spend any money out on like coffee, any kind of food, fast food restaurants. Like, I'm going to eat and drink everything at home this month. I think that's a really cool challenge. I wouldn't have passed that challenge this month, but I didn't set it as a challenge for myself. But I like it as a challenge. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't do that unless you maybe like lived nowhere close to a grocery store or something. But I feel like most people would be able to eat and drink everything at home, like home prepared from the grocery store, not out at a restaurant or a takeout place. Team Money is still here. Hi, awesome. MC is saying, Banana, you're like that sister I always knew I had but never really visited often because of us living completely different lifestyles, like my actual sisters. I barely ever saw them. What? I'm so close with my sister. I can't imagine not seeing her. Bye, Jojo. It looks like you're heading out. Good night. Nick, I'm doing well. Henna, has the vegan products prices risen? To be quite honest, the products that I buy are so dirt cheap. Like, okay, great example. So like you've seen me make a ton of lentil soups. The bag of lentils that I purchased from my grocery store, it was like big sale on lentils. Instead of being $1.20, they're now marked down to like 99 cents. And I was like, okay, like it's those things where if like the stuff that I buy, like a can of chickpeas you can get for about $1. So if my can of chickpeas have gone from like $1 to $1.30, $1.40, yeah, that's a large percentage increase just by math, but I'm still like, it's still $1.30. Like if it's cheap whether or not it's $1 or it's $1.30. So I feel like between like the cans of beans, the bags of lentils, the bags of brown rice, the bags of quinoa, the packages of tofu, like my tofu blocks that you see me buy or make tofu with on my live streams, Each of those costs like $2.50. So in my head, I'm like, it's so, like if there's a 2 in front of it and I'm getting a large food item, I'm not as sensitive to the price. Whereas if it's jumping from like 5 to 8, like if there's still a 2 in front of it or if there's still a $1 in front of it, it's just such a tiny expense anyways that I feel like my food has never been expensive. I'm just naturally very frugal, and then I tend to eat very cheap foods anyways. It's like oats, quinoa, brown rice are my grains, and then I eat tofu, lentils, black beans, chickpeas for my beans. And then for veggies, I tend to eat onions, garlic, carrots, maybe some zucchini, and that's like it. Those are like the base things I eat. All of those things are just very, very cheap compared to other like special like foo items you could buy as a vegan. So I guess I'm like very insensitive to the price because my groceries just tend to be cheaper things. All right. Scotty Bugatti is here. How are you doing down in Chi-Town? How goes it, Scotty? Happy Monday to you as well, Antonio. Gillespie says, I hate being broke. Oh no. I mean, if you hate being broke, I am very passionate about personal finance. I love it so much. I think it's really fun. I think of it as kind of like a game. It's like how much of your money that comes in from a paycheck or YouTube or anything, how much of this can I keep in my bank account? How much of it can I keep for myself and not have to be spending on things that are not really that necessary? So I love budgeting, I love investing, but if you are frustrated about being broke, Gillespie, Gillespie, it's not letting me comment at you. Maybe you're not in the chat anymore. But one person that I love is Dave Ramsey on YouTube. I mean, he's got a radio show. He's like a whole enterprise, but he writes a bunch of books. There's a bunch of Dave Ramsey personalities, and you could call him. They have a hotline you can call. And he just gives out really, I think, really like solid financial advice. He has the baby steps, like to get you from being broke to a baby steps millionaire. It's like there's a whole method, and I love, for the most part, I disagree with him on a few things, but for the most part, I love his financial advice. So check out Dave Ramsey if you guys like want like a no nonsense, southern, twangy, like Tennessee boomer dude. He reminds me of like if you fused Mr. Clean with Colonel Sanders, is that right? Like the KFC guy. If you merge those two people, that's what Dave Ramsey looks like in my head. But his advice is so good. So check him out if you're just curious or you want some advice for like budgeting and getting out of debt and not being broke. Rod says it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you save. Indeed, yes. Scotty Bugatti, if you're still here, I know I'm a little behind in the chat, but I'm eating what remains of I just piled on some quinoa, then I made some curry tofu, and then there's like green onions, cilantro, carrots, beets. It's just kind of like a plate I threw together, not too fancy. Bloodsport66 says, hi Hannah, looking very Christmassy. Yes, I decided I was gonna just wear this sweater. I'm freezing. I mean, I could also turn the thermostat up, but I'm okay. But it has been so cold here. I was outside earlier, and I feel like when it's this cold, it's like sub-zero. You go outside for a little bit, and the cold like does not leave you. I feel like it like makes its way into your bones, and then you're just freezing for the rest of the day. So I figured this would be like a very comfy sweater to throw on and kind of warm up for the rest of the day. Kirby says, you sound like my father. He will buy a brand new tractor, but won't buy new shoes. That is so funny. I love that, Kirby. Hi, Astral. Do you have a favorite charity? Mine is Riding for the Disabled. So rewarding when you see the kids just enjoying horses. A little girl, first words was horse. We were in tears. Ooh, favorite charity? I'm thinking. I think the Make-A-Wish Foundation is cool. Who else? St. Jude Medical Center, like covering kids' hospital bills, I think is a great thing. We've got Kirby saying, yeah, I know exactly, so immature. Judy Ackerson, hello. Cooking from scratch all the way, I know, it's a great way to save money. Yeah, but I have a mare who is getting older. I'm thinking of breeding her and getting a colt. That's cute. Scotty Bugatti is saying, let's talk about how eggs are so expensive right now. They say it's because of the bird flu. Do you buy that load of crap? The thing is, I have been so out of the loop on egg prices forever because I've been vegan for 13 years. So I went vegan when I was 18. I'm now 31. 13 years of being vegan. I don't eat eggs. I can't remember a time where I've purchased eggs. So if you quizzed me right now, I could not tell you how much a carton of eggs costs, like what a reasonable price of eggs would be, just because I never go down the egg aisle. I never look at the prices. I never compare prices. I don't eat eggs at all. But Scotty, I've been hearing so many people complaining about the price of eggs and how expensive they've gotten. So I don't know about bird flu, but some people, it sounds like you're not buying it, and I don't know all the details. I feel like that's an area of life that it's been affecting a lot of people because a lot of people eat eggs. It hasn't affected me because I never buy eggs and I don't plan to buy eggs, so I just completely skip over that issue. So I need to do a little more research on the egg situation, but I hear that it is not good. Hi, Ethan Robertson. Thank you, Chioma Aneneume. Cool content. Hi, Bianca. Are you aware of product shrinkage? Same price, but smaller. Yes, yabba dabba do. It's called shrinkflation, where companies, sometimes, this is terrible, but like say you have a bag of Lay's potato chips, the company, and this is hypothetical, I don't know if Lay's is doing this for sure or not, but companies will do one or both of these. They will shrink the package and or they will fill the package with a smaller weight of the product than they normally would. So you're getting smaller packages and sometimes smaller, like say an Oreo container has 100 Oreo cookies, they might shrink the package to have only 80 cookies or 70 cookies, but charge the same price. Like it's so bad. It's so unfortunate. Shrinkflation, yes, Ishak Hassan called it before I did. Shrinkflation. Kirby says, it's true, Scotty, unfortunately. I know hatcheries that had to get rid of flocks of thousands of birds recently. That sucks. It's been happening for years, says Stephen Brown. Many birds have been euthanized. Hi, the athletes. Me and my wife refer to each other as little cats. Hi, Sir Adam Skanowski. I have kind of the same earrings. They're so cute. Thank you, Kanak. I'm vegan. So you asked if I'm vegetarian. The difference between vegetarians and vegans, I feel like I should make a video about this, even though I think most people know the difference. Vegetarians do not eat any meat, so they don't eat beef, they don't eat chicken, pork, lamb, any like meat, including fish. Vegans do not eat any animal products. So vegans do not eat they don't eat meat, but also no products from animals like milk product, dairy products, eggs, and honey. So it's more restricted than a vegetarian diet. Kirby says, stop shrinking my vitamin pills or we are gonna box. Oh no. Hi Roman, hi Judy Ackerson. Hi, oh gosh, I feel like you told me your name long ago, but let's see if I can ask you again what your name is, how to say it in English. Let's see, hello, oops, shoot. Hello, how do you say your name in English? I feel like it was Ishmael, but that might be wrong. Was it Ishmael? Yeah, we're almost to 100 likes. This is exciting. Thank you for pointing that out, Rich. Kanak says, I know I'm vegetarian. I eat dairy products, just no meat. Yep, okay. So you've got the, you know what's going on with vegetarians versus vegans, but not everybody does. Some people are like, so do you eat like butter, or do you eat eggs? And I'm like, no, because I'm vegan, so we don't eat animal products. We need to eat healthy. What should I do? That's up to you, Judy. I don't give out health advice on here. I just talk about the foods I like eating and the diet that I follow. But I think there's many ways that you can be eating healthy. I'm also not like a licensed professional dietitian or nutritionist, so I do not give out that kind of advice on here. And do you miss real cheese? I would say no, Charlotte, because they've started to make some really phenomenal vegan cheeses that melt properly. They melt like regular cheese slices that you can put on sandwiches and cheeseburgers. And the texture, because I do remember the cheeses I ate growing up all the way to age 18. And I do think that the vegan cheeses are good enough for me, at least, that I don't feel the need to or I don't really crave or miss dairy cheese. What are you eating right now? I'm eating a mix of quinoa, tofu scramble, green onions, beets, carrots, tahini, cilantro. I think that's about it. And just threw it all together as a quick dinner. What diet you got? I am vegan, Judy. Gwendolyn Long. Hi, Gwendolyn. What made you go vegan? Anything you do miss? I decided to go vegan for two main reasons. One was for health reasons. I ate a ton of fast food, a ton of meat, mostly animal products growing up. And I just felt like I really had this gut intuition where I was like, I really feel like I should be sticking to plants, centering plants in my diet. So for health reasons, I was like, I really feel like what can go wrong if you eat a well-balanced, completely plant-based diet. So health was one reason, and the second reason that I went vegan was ethical reasons. I think there are plenty of people who raise animals very well and they have a high quality of life, but the mass factory farming conditions are so unsanitary. They're really, really sad for the animals. So it's just taking my own dollars away from that, although I could be supporting locally grown, ethically grown meats, but it's just the meat industry for the most part to me is just not ethical, or it's not handling animals in an ethical way that I'm just I just don't really want to eat this food anymore. So those are the two reasons. I don't really miss anything, Charlotte, because I can get my vegan versions of things like ice cream, cheese, burgers, I can't think of one thing where I really haven't gotten it as a good substitute in a vegan form. Kanak, you should go to my channel because I do mostly recipe videos and I've done several Indian dishes. I love corn as well, Judy. I've made plenty of corn dishes on my channel. Just a Dude is not vegan. That's totally fine. Quite literally, everyone except for two people in my life. This is friends, family, loved ones, my whole circle of people. If I were to write all of their names down, there's two of them that are vegan and one who's a vegetarian. The rest of them, all of the cousins, all the grandparents, all the aunts, uncles, whoever, friends from college, study abroad, graduate school, work friends, old coworkers, only two I can think of are vegan and a third is vegetarian. So probably like 95% of the people in my life who I'm closest to are omnivores, and I do not care. Like, I don't tell people how to eat. I am cool with like whatever people want to eat for their diet. Kirby is saying, Hannah, do you think you have to be stubborn to be vegan? I don't know if I'm asking that right. Do you think you have to be stubborn to be vegan? I'm thinking about how to answer this. I think the words I would go for are more like determined and creative. Because I will tell you this, I went vegan in 2012, and I come from a road tripping family. We've road tripped all over the United States. And once you get out of cities and you're just in rural areas, it can be very, very difficult to find a true meal somewhere. Because once you, even like when I drive up north to Duluth, Minnesota, which is a lot closer to Canada, most of that 3-hour drive is just like rural farmland. Like there's some like towns, but it's not, you don't hit a lot of big towns on the way up to Duluth. And I've made that commute a million times. And what you're gonna run into when you're on the road and you get out of major city areas is you're probably gonna, like, whenever I've driven through the country, it's typically like American diners, cafes, mom and pop shops. No shade, love them, but whenever I've gone in there to like get a bite to eat, have a pit stop, just, refuel, get something, kind of just, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I need something to eat before I keep driving. It's basically gonna be like, oh, there's a side salad, there's maybe some French fries. It's usually you have to look at like the appetizer menu. There may be like a black bean burger, but you have to ask for like no cheese on it, no mayo, if you want it vegan fully. So I feel like you have to be, I think the 3 words, you have to be determined, creative, and patient, because a lot of times at restaurants, I've had waiters and waitresses that they didn't know what it meant to be vegan, so they served me something that was vegetarian, but it was loaded with cheese or eggs, or they didn't omit the eggs or something, because they thought, oh, she's vegetarian, so she can still eat like eggs and cheese. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, whatever. Like, I can just tell them, ask for a redo and not make a fuss about it. Sometimes you do have to get creative though. Like, you can actually like have a really fun meal challenge at like gas stations. If you go to a 7-Eleven or a Super America or whatever, and you just kind of browse the food sections, like, you can get your proteins, you can get your fats, you can get your carbs. It's not the best food for you, but if you're looking for like well-roundedness with like fast gas station food, you can usually find like a packet of dill pickle chips. You can find a can of peanut butter and a jar of jelly and some sandwich bread and make yourself a PB&J sandwich. And those are typically vegan, assuming there's no like milk product or residue in the sandwich bread. You can buy potato chips. Those are usually vegan and gluten-free unless there's like cheddar seasoning on them. You can buy corn chips. You can buy popcorn. You can buy salted almonds. You can buy peanuts. You can buy, I'm trying to think of all the things I've ever purchased at the gas station when I was literally in the middle of nowhere and just needed something to tide me over. There's other things I'm forgetting, but it is actually like kind of fun. Like, I enjoy a challenge. I like trying to like make things work and figure out how to make things work if there's maybe a challenge ahead of me. So I find it enjoyable, and I feel like these days, like in 2025, like, it's gonna be easier to find options compared to 10, 15 years ago. Do they do a vegan camembert? They probably do. I would not be surprised. I'd search on Amazon. That's the first place I would look, because Amazon just has a million vegan things. Or willpower. Yes, willpower is a good one, Rich. Everyone is a meat eater. I'm not JoJo. El Rulo, I'm back from Odessa, Texas. Great to see you here, El Rulo, again. Excuse me. Darren, I am doing well on this Monday evening. Today was a holiday for me. I may have mentioned that to you earlier, but it's been chill. Really nice having a 3-day weekend. Bye, Kanak. Gotta go. See you next time. Thank you for joining. Black Bean Burger. Kirby, it looks like you don't approve. Nick says, I love French fries. Gotta charge my phone. Maybe see you in a bit. Hannah, nothing but leave. Oh, peace and love. Got it. Got it. I've seen parsnip potato chips in Costco. Yes, I've seen different potato chips that are made out of things other than potatoes. I've seen carrot chips. I've seen beet chips. I've seen sweet potato chips. I've seen parsnips, like you were saying, turnip chips, like essentially like other root vegetables that you could slice thin and then fry and make crispy like chips. Don't forget to drink water. Indeed, MZ. We are at 100 likes, it sounds like. Thank you, guys. You look like my language teacher. That's funny, Cameron. I've tried a lot of them. They have all been nice. Yeah, any way that I can get a little more veggies in my life, I'm down for. So I would definitely be happy with parsnip potato chips. All right, I finished my Manchester City game. Kind of boring. It wasn't competitive at all. Let me go back here and see who else I want to, play the replay of. Who do I want to see, guys? I think Liverpool. It's Liverpool versus Wolves. I think we know who's winning that one, or who won that one. Spurs versus Man United. Leicester versus Arsenal. Brighton versus Chelsea. I think I gotta watch my Chelsea boys. That's my team. So, Brighton versus Chelsea. Let's see what happened. Yes, Rod, I did see another plane accident, which is just horrible. And it was from here, Minneapolis to Toronto. So bummer, such a bummer. Oh my gosh, Rachie is here. Rakwish is here. How are you, Chica? How is TT? I don't know who that is, Carl Williams Burner. Rich says, wonder why this Monday, not like last Monday, YouTube can be strange. I mean, I think it's hard to replicate success, like really successful or viral moments on YouTube. So for those of you who don't know, my live stream a week ago, last week on Monday, was the busiest it's ever been, the craziest it's ever been. I got up to 400 likes. There were consistently between like 60 and 120 people at any given time in the chat. A total of 19,000 people watched it like over the course of the live stream. And there were so many chats, and so I was like, whoa, like the algorithm is doing something to feed this live stream to people right now. It might have been post Super Bowl, like more people were on YouTube wanting to talk about it. But the thing is, I think my approach to YouTube anyways is just stick with the routine, be consistent, stop chasing viral moments or trying to replicate things you did in the past. It's good to look and see what was successful and what was not, but certain times I'm just like, I don't really know after looking back at the data. I don't know what specifically it was about last Monday compared to this Monday that made last Monday so crazy and high volume. So I don't worry as much about like, oh my God, I need to get every live stream to be crazy busy. Because I think over time, it's just consistency is the most important. You'll continue to grow if you're consistent instead of just trying to fixate on, oh my God, how do I make everything viral and everything successful. I don't know, Cameron. Oh, Rachie was the 100th like. That's awesome, Rach. I love hearing that. Man City won. Yes, Kirby. Manchester City beat Newcastle. I believe it was 3-0. That was the last score that I saw. I know for sure they won based on like what people were saying after the game, but they took the score line away. But based on the celebrations and what the commentators were saying, it was a Manchester City victory. So yes, they won for a change. Landed upside down. Yes, I did see this, Rod. It's insane. Kirby, yeah, last Monday was, I mean, it was very fun. I will say this. So most live streams that I've done, I think the vast majority of live streams I've done have been like tonight's, where it's like, currently I'm seeing 16 people watching. It's gotten up into like the 30s, maybe even the 40s, but it's like, I can keep up with the chat. I'm not having to like skip or speed read all the time. It's pretty chill. And I really, like last Monday's live stream, things like that make me look forward to the next live stream or the next video where I'm like, oh my God, like so many people are watching this, so many people are tuning into this. It makes it exciting because you can't predict exactly when the next, like, so last Monday is my most viewed and most liked live stream to date. But in time, if I just continue doing live streams like this, there will come a time where I have a live stream that is more viewed and more liked than that one, just by numbers and growth trajectory on YouTube. So it doesn't need to be today, it doesn't need to be this week, this month, even this year, because my plan is to just continue with YouTube indefinitely. There will be no end date until I literally can't do YouTube anymore. So I'm just like, whatever, it'll happen at some point, but I'm not in like a mad dash to get there. Obi-Wan Hanabi. That's really funny, Sir Johnny of Bravo. I actually was watching Star Wars this weekend. For as much as I say I'm not a intergalactic space person when it comes to movies and shows, I was watching some Star Wars movies, and I don't think I was watching any one of them with Obi-Wan, but I was watching Star Wars. That plane flip about 10 minutes from me, Pearson International Airport, that is so... That picture, though, those pictures, I should say, of the Delta plane just completely flipped upside down, wild. I've never seen anything like that. Hi, AJ, welcome back. Good to see you. Kirby says, doesn't make sense either because YouTube was promoting the live. I mean, maybe I should have, like, tonight would have been the night to be in my kitchen prepping something, because I think people are more likely to stick around and watch a live if you're physically doing something rather than just like sitting and chatting and not doing something else. But again, like I'm like okay with the growth experience with YouTube. Like it doesn't need to be, I blow up overnight, I don't need to hit a certain number this year, whatever. I'm like, whatever, we'll just keep it consistent, keep a schedule, don't get discouraged, never quit, and in time it will just grow. It will continue to grow. Hi, John Frassa. Welcome back. Good to see you. How does a plane end up upside down like that? We were talking about this earlier tonight, Inept Owl, and someone was describing it as there was a cross breeze or there was some strong wind that hit the plane as it was descending down onto the runway, and it basically like uplifted one of the wings, and so the plane just went like whoop. But I would want to see like a video to actually, I don't know if there's a video, like if they're gonna release one to the public or if someone was just filming this. I'm sure there will be something that comes out, but yeah, that's what I understand. There was some strong wind and it flipped the plane, but it still is pretty insane to think of like how strong it would have to be in order to flip an airplane, given how much an airplane weighs. Thank you, Miss Mogi. Thank you very much. Last week you skipped Sunday, didn't you? I did, Kirby. I did skip Sunday, but I'm hesitant to skip Sundays going forward just because that's a theory with last Monday. Like, it's not proven, it's just coincidentally what happened to be the case. And I think in the long run, when you think about having Sunday as a stream day for a whole year, in addition to the other 3 days that I go live, I think it's worthwhile to still go live on Sundays. So that's the plan for now. When do you plan to cook a real food at home? Sam, it looks like you do not watch my channel. We've got Super Slav. I was watching Star Wars The Last Attack Titan? I don't know what that is. Trex Pohas? Do you like looking through old recipes? I found Scottish black bun. Oh, fruitcake in pastry and... Oh no. What? Cod head? Oh, that sounds horrible. Ooh, I don't know about that. There's some of that stuff that I am like, grosses me out. All these random accidents kind of feels like Skynet is becoming self-aware. Oh God, let's hope not. Is that a Terminator reference? It is, Kirby. Yes, it is. Skynet from the Terminator series. A gust of wind coming from the side on updraft coming off the ground on a low-flying plane can happen. Smaller planes have to worry about that more often. That makes sense, because obviously they're smaller weight. LOL, yeah, Kirby says Sir Johnny of Bravo. In one of your earlier vlogs, what kind of food do they serve there? You're correct, Stephen Bones. I have featured Hanabi on my YouTube channel. It was in my Duluth New Year's vacation vlog that I posted sometime early January last month. And Hanabi is a Japanese restaurant. And for some reason, people think that vegans can't eat Japanese food, which is so incorrect. So Hanabi is a Japanese restaurant. I order sushi there. They do lots of vegetarian sushi. My favorite sushi rolls to get there are the avocado roll, which typically will have like cucumber and carrot in it as well. And then they do a delicious sweet potato veggie roll, delicious. And then you can also get miso soup, you can get veggie dumplings there, you can get, I think they call it inari, which is lightly fried tofu, and then they might wrap that in sushi, but you guys, you can eat like a king or a queen if you're vegan and you're at a sushi restaurant. Like are we surprised though? I feel like Asian cuisines crush it when it comes to the plant-based vegan vegetarian options. Indian food is heaven for vegans. Thai food is heaven. Nepalese food, Pakistani food, Japanese food, Korean food, bibimbap, okay? Like, it's just like, yeah. It's such great cuisine. Wow, so insightful and interesting, says Inept Owl. Thank you, Inept Owl. Scottish black bun sounds great. Oh, yeah, looks like you were fibbing there, Kirby. That description is not enticing at all. TT, risen above us all with Martha Stewart fame. I know you guys. For those of you who missed this, my sister, she was commenting earlier, she might still be here. My sister recently adopted a pet cat, a kitten, now a cat, and her name is TT. TT has gone viral on TikTok, millions and millions and millions of views, and TT has been featured. Well, the TikTok account is Rachel and T, so that's my sister Rachel, like her name, Rachel and T, the cat. Rachel and T username on TikTok. That account has gone viral, and my sister's TikTok account has been featured in Newsweek, and recently, a few weeks ago, Martha Stewart on, I think it was Instagram, I don't know if it was TikTok, it was some social media platform, commented, mentioned Rachel and T in a social media post, and then there's also an article featuring Like, I think it's on the Martha Stewart website. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rachie, but there is a Martha Stewart article describing TT in the videos. So TT is famous now. Rachie was showing me and telling me how TT has been acting a little bit perhaps bratty lately, and we're like, oh no, fame has gone to TT's head with all these big shout outs in the media. We have a Japanese roll out here called the Best of the Best. Comes out in foil piping hot. That's cool. Hi, Santiago Martin. Thomas, I am vegan. TT says, thank you for the love. Oh, TT. Oh my gosh. Yeah, everybody, if you want the receipts, in case you don't believe me, you can Google Rachel and T, Martha Stewart, and you will see what I'm talking about. Martha herself, Queen Martha, is a fan of TT. So that's like, I think that's as cool as it gets. Inept Owl says, we love it. Martha Stewart mention is goated. WTF. I know, Kirby, right? I mean, Martha Stewart, she may be my favorite celebrity. I've got so many that I love. I love Cristiano. I love Taylor Swift. I love Beyonce. I love Gordon Ramsay. I'm thinking of who else, kind of other arenas, authors. I like J.K. Rowling. I love Stephen King. But yeah, as far as like the lifestyle, like cool, also has aged like fine wine, Martha Stewart may be my GOAT celebrity, like the queen, like the celebrity to rule all the celebrities, or like, you know what I mean? She's just so cool. Abdullah, TT is my sister's cat, and TT has achieved internet fame. It's quite amazing. Hi, Fun Time with Kay. Stephen Bowens is saying, Rocket is greater than TT. Are you referring to Rocket the pet dog, who is like me and Rachie's parents' dog? Because I would never want to compare them. They're equally loved in our hearts. Hi, Upen. Good to see you. I'm doing well. I knew the fame was going to get to TT's head. It's really funny because I've seen this a few times whenever I visited my sister, and definitely Rachie has shown me this on video or just told me about it, but TT will do these kind of little, it's like a kid who's been told, no, you can't go in this room, or you can't do this thing, or you have to wait until it's like they're being disciplined. And TT will do these little, like, she'll like act out in little ways, nothing major, but she'll do little like swipes or little behaviors where it's kind of like a screw you, mom kind of behavior. With that being said, TT is super cool, says Stephen Bones. I saw the brownies a long time ago, says Fun Time with Kay. I respect vegans so much. I feel bad for eating animals, but I'm not as strong as you. If you can't admit that eating animals is messed up, I think they just lie to themselves. I think some people are truly, like, I will say this, as a vegan, I'm actually very pro hunting and pro animal husbandry. I think it's really cool when people can raise their own meat and eggs and dairy and treat the animals well, and then harvest them when the time comes to eat them for meat or consume them for whatever, bones, minerals, other like leather. I personally it makes me sad, and I don't personally like it. However, I think animal husbandry is very important. I also think there's plenty of people around the world that do not have the luxury of eating vegetarian. You've got, the example I always think about is, you know, the indigenous, like Inuit people of northern Canada who live in the Arctic Circle. Like, where are they going to be growing plants? They have to eat fish. They have to fish into the ice and down into the water and eat fish. I don't know if they eat like seals or anything else, but there's like there are some places in the world where like you have to eat meat or animal products because you either can't, like the weather won't allow for plants, or it's way more convenient to eat animal products if you're like impoverished and you've got like your goats, your chickens, your cattle. So I don't know. I really don't think it makes sense for everyone to be vegan, because there's certain places where people want to live, traditionally live, and the environment just does not allow for a fully plant-based diet. Like, who's gonna go to the Inuit who live in the Arctic Circle of Canada and tell them that they need to be plant-based? Like, that to me is a joke. Like, that should not happen. Those people should keep on fishing, because that is their way of life. All right. What are we saying in here? Thank you, Rico Ferrari. I appreciate you. That's very kind. Thank you, Crazy Sick Wine. That's also very kind of you to say. You're welcome. Sir Johnny Bravo says, TT, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you'll never ever leave from bedside because... okay. I wasn't catching those lyrics. I'm not as like well versed in Drake. But Rachie certainly did. That's funny. Let's see here. My cat needs to get famous and make me some coins. Yeah, I mean, Kirby, I enjoy watching your channel for the wildlife, so I feel like you're getting views and like you're creating content as someone who cares for animals. So maybe one of your cows or your cat or any of your other animals could become famous. Because honestly, like animal content, I think that's the most wholesome corner of YouTube. I just love it. LOL, sorry, had to be done with the Drake song, says Sir Johnny of Bravo. Thank you, Tommy T-Bone Davis. These are the well-known cherry earrings, but not cherry earrings. These are a carryover from December when I bought these as jingle bell earrings with little green bow ties. But now, since it's not the holiday season, yes, I know I'm wearing my holiday season sweater, but I just felt like wearing it today. These are just gonna be cherry earrings between now and like the end of November, way later this year. TT, oh no, Rich, don't say that. Don't say that. It looks like you meant to say TT is better than Drake, but you said TT is less than Drake. Wow, I love your earrings. Thank you, Mia Griffin. Hi, Aurelius Cooper, and good night. It looks like you're heading out. Good to see you here. They eat seals. Okay, I was thinking they did, but I didn't want to say that potentially incorrectly. Just watching the Chelsea game from this weekend. Ooh, the former Chelsea coach is in the stands. His name is Thomas Tuchel, or however you say it. He's German. Why is that? What? Mahershala Ali is here. What is he doing here? You guys, I love when I tune into Premier League games and they will show a celebrity in the stands. Like I have seen, Ed Sheeran goes to all of the Ipswich Town games practically. I've seen Harry Styles in the stands. I've seen LeBron James in the stands. I love when other celebrities, either other soccer players or other athletes, or just like this old coach of Chelsea who's in the soccer space, show up at these games. This is so fun. Yeah, I wonder, why was Mahershala Ali there? Does he own one of these teams? Now I want to know. The food is a 1 out of 10, but you were a 10 out of 10. Thanks for the compliment and the roast, Bowie. OMG, you have freckles. Yes, I do have freckles. Right here. Green Day says, oops, or sorry, Rich. Rich says, oops. Hi, Alexander Craig. Es geht mir gut. Wie geht's dir? Ich schaue jetzt an das Chelsea-Brighton Fußballspiel das war am Samstag, I think, or Sonntag, I forget. But I'm catching up on Premier League games. Better eat fast. If you're in the Midwest, it's like -5 tonight. Yeah, it's so cold, you guys. So cold. German, yes, Alexander Craig is in Deutschland, in, I believe, Bielefeld. Wie geht's dir, Alexander, in Bielefeld? Would you get a pet? If so, what kind? I would get dogs for sure. I am more of a dog person than a cat person. Just not ready for the lifestyle change or the added expenses that come with a dog. I would get probably a small dog as well as a large dog. So I think my small dog would be some kind of terrier. I love their energy. I love their temperament. They're cute. They're mischievous. They're travel friendly. And then I would love to have like a larger guard dog kind of dog. So that would either be a Doberman Pinscher or an Irish Wolfhound. Hannah, you should look up the baby elephant named Kirby. It's hideous. Oh no, what? Get a hamster first and see if you like having a pet. I would never get a hamster. I do not want like little rodents in my home. Kirby, what was it? Baby Kirby the elephant? It's hideous. What? Oh. Why did you say it's hideous? It has googly eyes. I wonder what that is. Is it like an eye condition? Quirky baby elephant named Kirby takes first steps at Houston Zoo. Yeah, what? I wonder if it has like the equivalent of Graves' disease. You know, in humans where like people's eyes are like way bigger and they can kind of like protrude out of their eye sockets. I wonder if this elephant has googly or Graves' disease. All these news outlets are like, Kirby the baby elephant has googly eyes. Interesting. I think it's cute, Kirby. I don't think it's hideous. I'm just curious about like what this eye condition is. Eye condition? Kirby the baby Asian elephant at the Houston Zoo has gained attention for her seemingly googly eyes, but the zoo says that this is a normal trait for newborn Asian elephants and is an indication of her health. Oh, interesting. It says having wide eyes or googly eyes can help baby elephants walk within hours of birth and help keep up with their herd, so it helps with their vision, I guess. They do look kind of unusual though, because I've seen other baby elephants and they don't have eyes like that. Interesting. Someone brought up Graves' disease on here. I should get back to the chat. Sorry guys. Now it's all Kirby's fault. I got sidetracked onto the baby Kirby elephant. I always liked to have a Doberman. I love the look of Dobermans. I think they're beautiful. And they also are like highly loyal, they bond with you very deeply, and they're a great guard dog. Like ain't nobody making it a foot into my home. Like if they're not invited and the Doberman is at home. Like the Doberman will see you out the door in the best case scenario. So I do like the idea of having a Doberman or any kind of just like large guard dog as like a physical presence, but also like just the caretaking aspect of having a pet is really appealing to me. Hannah, this is the guy. I don't know. Why not? They are great. That makes me sad. I have 8 subs now, says El Chalan 005. Awesome. I don't know, it's funny looking. It is weird, but not hideous. I agree. Judy Ackerson says okay. Thank you, Satoru Gojo. TT is greater than Drake. Redemption. Ooh, Brighton just scored on Chelsea. That's unfortunate, but I'm not surprised. Mitoma, who is a Japanese player on Brighton, scored. He's very good. I like Brighton. And I'm happy for them because they have a very young coach. The youngest ever Premier League coach. I think he's like 30 or 31. He looks super young. So I'm happy to see, I think his name is Fabian. Very German name. But I think, yeah, Fabian's done a really, really good job with Brighton. Fabian Wortzler, I think is his name, his full name. Why do you hate hamsters? I don't know. There's something icky about them. I'm not a fan. 1v1, me, baby elephant for the name. Rice flour cake is made. I do have rice flour. I made some oatmeal bars with rice flour not too long ago. Win for Mitoma, I know. Yeah, he scored a great one. Great goal. Good job, Mitoma. Yeah, he killed it. Hi, fun time with K. Looks like you're typing in some Korean. Don't get having rodents as pets. Blah. Yeah, same. During your stay in Germany at the Oktoberfest, did you see the bar girlies carrying 6 steins in each hand? Of course I did. Yes, Oktoberfest was crazy. I mean, I hate beer, so it was entertaining. I went with a group of Americans. We were all living in Munich, all teaching English. We were on the same program, same teaching program. And so we had like a WhatsApp text group, and oh my gosh, sorry, I thought the same guy was gonna score a second goal. But we all decided that our American crew was gonna just go to Oktoberfest and see what it was all about. So we got there, and it just was, it's like, you know, like you go to like a state fair or like a big fair of some kind, like a big event, and then there's like the beer garden section like off to the side. It was like that, except the whole entire event was just the beer garden tent and all these just different vendors. There were massive steins of beer, like those big old like round, you know what I'm talking about, like those big things of beer. I just remember seeing this guy, and who knows, because people come from all over the world to Oktoberfest in Munich, but this, apparently you're not supposed to stand on the tables and like chug beer, or like the police, like security guys will come and take you away. But I think people just do it anyways for the pride of saying that they downed a beer stein at Oktoberfest. So I remember we were at our table, like me and I would say we were with, it was like a group of 8 of us there. And I remember seeing, it's like, oh God, here goes another guy. Like maybe he knows what he's doing, maybe he doesn't. But he just had his big old thing of beer, and he just stood up on the table, and it's just long wooden picnic style tables. It's just like a true blue, big old like beer garden tent where everyone is just sitting and drinking and eating food. And this guy just stands up on the table, and everyone, of course, is like, yeah, like drink. And so he's up there, and it's just, you see, he's literally drinking the whole thing. It's like chug, 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 and then it's gone. And then he lifts up his empty stein. Everyone's like, yeah. And then it's like, the whole time you see like these German police officers just like slowly making their way over to his table, and then they wait for him to finish, and then he steps down, and then they escort him out of the tent. And I was like, this is kind of strange, because you'd think that there wouldn't be as big of a problem of people chugging their beers, but maybe there is some law against it. I don't know what the rules were over there. But yes, I watched some people get escorted out after like publicly chugging their beer on the tables. They weren't even being sloppy. It's just for some reason that was not allowed. Of all the places, would you expect that strict of like drinking control at the Oktoberfest in Munich? I was a little confused by that. But yes, there were like the traditional like beer ladies, like the, what do you call them? Like the beer servers in their full like dirndl dress, like traditional Bavarian dress for women. They would have like in each hand like 4 to 5 massive, they'd be holding like all the handles in their grasp. So it was just like a whole round of beers in each hand. And they would just be walking along, like going to the table, plunking down the beer steins. And I was like, oh, this is just, it's not my vibe, but for the cultural experience, I am glad that I went because it was pretty entertaining to go there and just see how it was. Fabian says, yeah, I said it. Hertzler, thank you for correcting me, Kirby. I knew it was like something like Ursler, like German sounding name. Just a dude quit drinking long ago. Anyang means hi in Korean. I'm liking the change when it comes to having younger coaches in professional sports. Me too, Kirby. I think in my head it's like you could run the risk of having your players not respect you as much because they see you as more like at their level, like, oh, who are you? Like, you're our age, why are you telling us what to do? You're not out here playing, you're not a professional athlete, so whatever, nah. But at the same time, I feel like you could also have a coach like this guy, Fabian, with Brighton, and it's like he's young enough where he's like, I get you, like, I know, like, maybe at this age, like, you want to do this and that, but like, take this seriously, do this, like, they might vibe better with a younger coach compared to like some old coach that's like in their 60s or 70s that's like so much older than them. And I'm thinking like at their practices at the training grounds, this Brighton coach, Fabian, would be able to like, he'd be like super agile and like out there like training with them, and he'd be able to like move more athletically than some of these really old coaches where I'm like, yeah, like, you're so old, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to like be as interactive during the trainings as the younger coaches could be. Hi, Eliza M. No chugging at a beer festival. I was so confused about this. I felt like, man, if there's gonna be a place where you should be able to do this, and mind you, this is Germany. Germany is so wildly different than the United States. I kid you not. You can drink alcohol on the metro. I remember going on my way to the Oktoberfest fairgrounds with my friends, and there are seriously like dudes and chicks and all these people, and they're just snapping open their beers. They're basically pre-gaming in public on the metro train to the Oktoberfest fairgrounds. Like, I was like, man, this is so crazy. Like, you don't see this in the United States. Like, people just drinking out and about publicly, carrying open containers, just sitting and drinking a beer or drinking wine or anything else, Jaeger. Can you imagine this? Like, if you got onto a bus or a metro train in New York or the T in Chicago, or I think it's Boston, but any like city where there's public transit, can you imagine like sitting down on a bus or a subway train and then just like snapping open a Miller Lite or some kind of alcohol and just like drinking there in public? It's crazy. It's so different. And you can drink a lot younger there too, compared to here, which is 21. Yeah, just a totally different vibe over there. I was very amused. Yeah, I'm not a fan of beer. Sir Johnny Bravo, I'm like you. Beer is gross. I try my best to keep an open mind about things, but there comes a point where it's like I've spent a decent amount of time and money on something where I know I just don't like it, and that is true of beer. I've spent so much money over the years trying, oh, this one, just try this one, you'll like this one, it's less hoppy, this one's darker, this one has notes of chocolate, this one is it's like, no. I've spent countless hundreds of dollars of my own money trying beers, and 100% of the time hating it. And after a certain point, I'm like, no, I know for a fact I don't like beer, and I just am not gonna spend any more time or money on it. Hi, Aliyaya, the pink girl. Welcome back. Good to see you. If I was chugging that beer, would be everywhere. LeBron and his coach is the same age. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that, Kirby. MLB managers are getting younger as well. Ooh, this is an exciting trend. I like it. I'm learning Korean, says Fun Time with K. He practices with them also. I love this. I feel like players would, like, I'm putting my mind, like, I'm trying to think if I were a professional, if I was on, like, the Brighton squad. And I think it'd be kind of cool having a younger guy who's, like, more in touch, like he's close, he can relate more closely to your age because he's basically your age and he's not decades and decades older than you. So it's like he gets you, and he can also interact with you and be more like physically present on the training grounds or even like on the sidelines. So I actually think it's like it would be appealing as a player, even if there's like ego, like if egos could like clash. I think it's cool. Rich, do you support the Blue Jays? Kirby's asking. Rich. Gangsta Paradise, best mixed drink. Hennessy, peach tree, and pineapple. I would drink that in a heartbeat. That sounds delicious. Oh, is it? Nope, it was Danny Welbeck. Oh, man. Brutal. 2-0. Brighton's beating Chelsea. But, yeah. I mean, I was thinking we'd maybe have a better start than this, but nope. Yikes. 2-0. Yes, Kirby, go to about 10 games a year, back-to-back champs, 92 and 93. That's super cool. What's your favorite thing to do? Oh my gosh, that's such a broad question. Of all the things I could do at any given time, it's probably just walking around, as basic as that sound. I really just love walking and getting outside, getting fresh air, seeing animals, seeing people out. So I really like walking. Making food, whether it's cooking or baking, and I love reading. I would say those are I'm a very simple, frugal, not because I'm like trying to be super, super cheap, but it's just the things I love the most tend to be either free or very, very low cost. So those are the three things I love doing the most. Who are we talking about, J-Dog? I'm not sure. We were talking about soccer, and I'm watching a Premier League soccer game right now. It's a replay from this weekend, Chelsea versus Brighton. And Brighton just scored their second goal. So you may have jumped in at that point. I'm not adding any mods, but I appreciate people asking. I'm not going to sing, Tiffany. I'm not the biggest fan of hockey, even though I come from the state of hockey. It's huge here in Minnesota. We've got so many talented, like, collegiate athletes, and people who go pro from Minnesota are on the Olympic team. But no, it's just, I find that the pace of the game I don't enjoy. I find the puck really hard to see visually, like when they're shooting. It's so fast that it's hard for me to tell, like, oh my God, did that even, like when they score, I'm like, that was so fast, I could not even see that. And I've learned that I really love sports that are played outside on grass, like with some kind of greenery around. I love soccer. I love tennis. I know that can sometimes be played indoors or on clay, but I love the look of tennis. Not so keen on baseball, but I do love like the baseball diamond look. I love football, American football. And golf has actually grown on me. Not the sport, but just like the courses themselves are stunning property. Like just the look of it is so pretty. So I'm very much like, I want my sports to be outdoors with greenery. I can't stand, I really can't stand basketball. I don't like hockey that much. I'm trying to think of other things indoors. I guess maybe the one indoor, even though it's kind of indoor outdoor, but track and field I like. I think it's very entertaining. But yeah, I like my sports to be outside. Hi, Noah. Hi, Timothy Hopkins. Happy New Year. How are you, Timothy? James and Rosa likes my sweater. Thank you. Kirby says, nice, Rich. I love baseball. Got me a lot of experiences and opportunities in life. That's cool, Kirby. Hi, DOIOB. Hope you have a great night as well. Thank you, Alberto Godinez. Rip Rick Henderson, big part of the 93 World Series champions on the Jays. We gotta watch more soccer games together. Yeah, Rach. I mean, I don't know. You kind of know what's going on with the Premier League, but yeah, I just love it so much. It's so addicting. I low-key get kind of depressed when they get to May and it's the end of the season and then they're on their summer break all the way until the end of August, because it usually just follows what I think of as like the school calendar, where they start up the season end of August and then they're done by, I guess, mid-May, depending on if there's like rescheduled games that they need to tack on at the end. It's so fun, Raquish. I just love it. I feel like my UK geography, like the map of the UK in my head is so poor. I don't know where things are. And I would love to go over to England and drive around and go to all the cities and see all the teams play and basically like map it out for myself, where it's like, okay, we drove an hour north to get to Brighton. I don't even know if this is whatever. I'm throwing names out there, but it's like, and then we went this direction to get to Manchester to see Manchester United, and then we drove this way to get to Wolverhampton, then we went here to go to Nottingham Forest. Like, I would love to just know, and I could do this myself and just plot them out, but I think it'd be really fun to design a UK vacation around the 20 teams that are in the Premier League in any given year, because I just love the UK so much. Joe Carter will forever be a TO legend. I don't think I know who Joe Carter is. No UFC. I do not like UFC. Sabra Christensen. I would like to deal... Okay. Been waiting for your reactions to the result for the Chelsea versus Brighton game. Well, don't tell me their final result. I hope that this can turn around for them, but currently it's almost the end of the second half here and Brighton is beating Chelsea 2-0. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this because I feel like we've got such good strikers on Chelsea between Madueke, Nicholas Jackson, and Cole Palmer. I love Cole Palmer. He's such a cutie. I hope he doesn't get snatched. I'm worried. I feel like all these other teams are probably thinking like, yeah, we can probably like snatch him from Chelsea in like the next 2 to 3 years. I don't know how long his contract is, but that's one area where I'm like, oh, please don't kill our team. Who are they showing here? They keep showing like celebrities in the stands. Anyways, Hannah goes to a golf course and puts flowers and plants in the holes. That's funny. No basketball. No, I don't like basketball. I've never liked it. Even as a kid, like in PE, or as some people call it, gym, like physical education, those classes, whenever we would have our basketball units, I was just like, God, I hate everything about this. I hate being on this hardwood court. I hate having to aim this basketball at the basket. I hate how like, I just hate that it was more of a like upper, I mean, yes, you use your whole body, but it was so much like arm and like aim, like with your hands, versus like soccer is very much like footwork skills, dribbling. You can't use your hands or arms at all. I hate basketball as a sport. I don't like the game. My favorite color is pink sky. Kirby says, wish I could have experienced some old school baseball live. Looked more raw and entertaining. Well, put a map of the UK up and us Brits will point places out to you. That'd be a really fun YouTube video, like going around the UK holding up like a map and just having British people be like, you should go here. Definitely don't go here. UFC is the best sport though. I disagree. I don't like UFC. Did you follow the Women's World Cup Spain winners? I watched some of that World Cup. I didn't watch the whole thing. Hi, Johnny Walker. Hi, Brian. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, I've been on here. Jeez, has it been 3 hours already? Oh my gosh, that went fast. Kirby says, I hate. If you're talking about me, yeah, there's certain things I just really, really hate. I work at a private course and never take the splendid scenery for granted. I will say, I mean, some people just hate golf. They don't like the sport. They're like, ugh. But like golf courses are so pretty. Let's see here. Garnett, Marbury, Spreewell, Cassell, Timberwolves were stacked. Always loved watching them play. Yes, that is the Timberwolves team I grew up watching. So I do remember Latrell Spreewell and Sam Cassell and definitely Kevin Garnett when he was here. There's others, if I saw their names, I'd be like, oh my lord, I forgot about him. But yeah, they were really fun. You have to out a camera on your head and tape everything in the UK? Hi, John Butcher. You do whatever you want to do. I don't ever tell people how they should eat. Hi, Mituo. Thank you so much. No, Americans can't do English accent. I wasn't saying my accent was good. That's just my best imitation of British people. You guys, I've been on here for longer than I thought. It's been now 3 hours on this live stream. To be exact, it's been 3 hours and 12 minutes and 40 seconds. So I should get going. Hi, Death Gamer Plays. I just felt like wearing this sweater. Carlo Cross, that's all. You're welcome, Mituo. Hi, Aliz Gallegos. I'm gonna get going, guys, because it's late and I do have to work tomorrow. It's 11:14 my time. I'm gonna be hopping off here right now, Neelam Devi. But I will put a reminder in the chat here. Reminder, I'll be going live again this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. So I would love to see you at the live stream on Wednesday night. That's 2 nights from now. And as a reminder of my live stream schedule, I go live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Or you can just remember it as I go live every other day of the week, starting on Monday nights. So today is Monday. My next night will be Wednesday, a couple nights from now. Bye, Yabba Dabba Doo. Bye, Brian. Have a good day as well. Bye, Rich. Hi, Paul Muti. I'm heading out, unfortunately, but hopefully I'll catch you on Wednesday night. Yes, OG, triple OG, Brian Moses, indeed. Good night, Sir Johnny of Bravo. Nice, I will wait for your live stream. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Neelam. It was great chatting with all of you. By Kirby, by DOIOB. And I think that's everybody. Talia, Alexa. All right, we have got, I think I've got everybody now. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Thank you so much for hanging out and chatting with me tonight. And we will reconvene on Wednesday.